Hi, girlies. Hi, divas. Hold on to your Gina. We're here. We're queer Kegel on down. We're here to watch not another episode of Lol Cow Bus, but we are here to bitch about fucking Rosie. Girl, I was like, okay. I have a stream highlight of her from Moon Moss, which if you guys don't follow Moon Moss, please follow Moon Moss. Um, Girlie's almost got like 1,000 subs. I'm really rooting for her. I really like appreciate her Rosie stream highlights uploads. They're like very they give me what I need in like a smaller time frame than like this like 5 hour Nikki T live stream. But I love Nikki T also, by the way. So, but so I had both up because I put on Moon Moss's Rosie stream highlights on my second monitor while I was taking care of some like. I just found out that like when you have pet insurance, it's not like human insurance where they like run it and then they go like, your copay is $15. You have to go to the pet insurance and send them the invoice from the thing. And then like that's how no one explained that to me. So my friend was like, because I was talking about how Poe had insurance, and I said, yeah, he got insurance, but I don't know what to do with it. And she was like, you don't send like the thing to them after any time you go to visit? And I was like, are you supposed to do that? And she was like, yeah, you file a claim. So I was doing that this morning because I'm off while this was all happening. And she was already being annoying, and I only tuned in because she scolds Girl World again, and because like I'm not trying to lie to you guys. I really don't have it in me to watch 2 to 4 to 6 hours of Lol Cow Bus. Like I just don't have it in me. And I know that you guys would like me to, and I would like to, like I actively want to, because I know that I like want to see the context. However, we've watched what, 4 or 5 episodes of this goddamn Paradise shit. I still don't know shit about it. I'm like, y'all both wrong as far as I'm concerned. But Rosie remains to be coming on the internet bucking daily. So that was happening. I finished that. Found myself watching, because I had paused Moon Moss's video, and then I found myself watching Nikki T's video, because the thumbnail has Rosie in a TikTok live, which if you guys were watching Zachary Marie's video about her little girl world rage, Zachary Marie gave all the tea regarding the fact that Girly is doing all this, like, canceling her, my Wellbutrin prescription. Yes. Oh, wait, it's ready, Slay. She keeps doing all this like weird whack shit about like her members only streams, and I don't see her community tab posts ever, so like I'm super out of the loop on this. All of my Rosie content usually comes from like Moon Moss or Nikki T. Even though I follow Rosie on YouTube, it never pushes her stuff to me. But it sounds like she has been continuing her like God-given talent of like committing to something for her members and then not following through and posting a community tab being like, I'm not doing it, thanks for understanding, now what? And then any amount of negative criticism she just blames on like Girl World trolls instead of her members actually being like upset, rightfully so. This is why I don't have memberships, because I can't handle like the feeling of like, I have to do X, Y, and Z. This is why I'm an AdSense only girly, because it's just easier. Anyways, Zachary Marie discussed how she was in some TikTok lives after she canceled her members only stream, which like make it make sense. And so I was like, I wonder if this is that. However, the Nikki T stream highlights, it's like the live I was already watching on Moon Moss, that TikTok live, Zio the Dreamer's TikTok live, which I'm sorry, every time I see Zio the Dreamer, there's a part of me that just like wants to burst out laughing. She just always has this expression of like I also really want to braid her hair. I just like want to go do her hair for her and be like, listen, I think she's great. I have like no qualms about her. I think she's doing what she's doing and she's doing it right. Whatever the fuck. I have nothing to say about her other than that she just I know there's a meme that she reminds me of and I can't find it, but I don't remember, like I can't figure out like how to word the search to find it. Besides the point. Also, something before we start into this, because there's a couple things I want to watch of Paz Raz, which I'm taking and running with because someone put in Nikki T's chat POS Raz, but because I'm gay, I read that as Paz, as in like HIV positive, because I'm from the gay community, and so I just was like Paz Raz, Paz Raz, Paz Raz, Paz Raz. Regardless, besides the point, me having vocal stems, not new. Where's my train of thought? Find it. Don't let go of it. Hold on. Now I remember. Also, some LCU news for y'all. Zay Zooted quit and left Jersey Rosie high and dry. No note. Car gone. You could have died. You could have been seen. Just a tweet from the Lolcow Glass Twitter. And first of all, let me King Kong my ass up onto the Empire State Building when I say this and beat my goddamn titties until they're gone. But what the fuck did I tell y'all back in February? Because I did in fact say, I said, Rosie, she don't give a fuck about you. And here the fuck we are, girlies. And y'all raked me over the coals for it. And where are we? Where are we, girls? Where'd that go? Where'd that go for us? Stop playing with me. Watch, now my comments are gonna go out of fucking control. Whatever, it's fine. And Rosie's out here like, that's my friend. Girl, no, she's not. Stand up. Yo mama went and lit her up, was like, you are a moron. And girl, not to retweet, but retweet. And girl, stand up and do something. Girl, of the two, I think I'd probably rather talk to Rosie before I talk to Zay Zooted. Full T. Like, girl, it's not worth it. Don't cling to that friendship. She did, because she just told you how she felt about you. I'd be out here like, you're a dog for that. So, but I just wanted to bring that up, that I had caught that gut feeling early, and y'all tried to act like I was crazy. My comments are gonna be out of fucking control now. Whatever, it's fine. Okay. I don't know if I want to start with the TikTok live or her stream highlights, because I got super fucking mad in the TikTok live, and then I stopped. I was like dicking around on my phone, and then I happened to start her stream up again, got twice as pissed, and then the green screen came up, and I said, now I gotta record. So let's get into that. Let's get into it. Slay. All right, we'll just start here. That's fine. I have her on 1.25 because she's always sped up on like everyone else's channel. So like 1.25 is like already too quick.
Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? I've missed you guys. To my replay people who are currently sleeping, I apologize. I wanted my first live back after my break to be at a more
That's about the only thing she's good at, is just throwing out apologies.
normal time, but trust me, I'll be doing one of those lives very soon. It has been a whirlwind.
Sorry, I almost hit the 1 week since you looked at me.
Talking about the docuseries, it has been crazy, like actual insanity.
What the fuck was that? No, hold on. What was that?
I mean, I barely did like in my life, and I am not even just talking about the docuseries. It has been crazy, like actual insanity.
Was this a snow shovel? Oh, it's a broom. I was like, girl, what the fuck? Ain't no snow out there.
I mean, I barely gave any time before I schedule this. I'm gonna give it a minute for people to show up. I also like the more low-key vibes, to be honest. Going live at this time of day, but also I was exhausted. And I was exhausted and I fell asleep at like a really, really weird time. I need to eat something because what time did I actually fall asleep? It was weird.
What's really frustrating, because some of the criticism that she's also been fielding here as of late is this like, you know, she kind of, everything that she says is always crafted with like an emergency exit, usually via her mental health, or, you know, like it's, so like as of the past several weeks, it's been like the hypomania and the period, which like, I'm not going to discount the period, but you guys know where I stand on the hypomania because it's characteristic of bipolar type 2, not major depressive disorder. And as someone who's literally, I'm in the middle of like getting screened about this, which is the only reason I had shit to say about it, because I just had the conversation with my doctor where we did the same thing, where she was like, well, do you think you have like manic episodes? And I was like, definitely not, but like kind of. And she was like, well, do you think so, like you might have like a weekend or something and you're like more energetic than usual, but you're not like being insane? And I was like, yeah. Or I'll have like reckless desires, but I'm like too lazy to follow through. Like I'll get a day off and be like, let's go hook up with everything. And then my OCD overrides it and I go, I'm just gonna stay in bed. I'm scared. And so she was like, oh, maybe like some like hypomania. And I said, maybe. And so like based on like our conversation back and forth of like trying to answer questions, she was like, you know, honestly, I think it would probably be smarter if we sent you to like someone who has like a better like screening process so we can help figure out, because we were like, if she was like, you could have treatment-resistant depression, in which case I would say we should taper you off Effexor and start you on this in addition to the Wellbutrin. Or maybe you have bipolar type 2, in which case we should taper you off the Effexor and start you on this other. And I was like, okay. And they were like, there's like a place in our area that has like either like a more skilled professional or like a better like testing process. And I was like, so I have an appointment to do that. That's the only reason I weighed in on this the way that I have. Besides the point.
So I think somewhere between like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I slept until like an hour ago. So I was exhausted because I wanted to potentially do a lot.
Now I remember. It's because she does all this like, oh, I was exhausted, but all she's been doing is sleeping. Because I'm exhausted at all times. It's my day off. I went to bed at before 11 p.m. last night. Woke up 7 a.m. Just... And Poe was like, oh, you're awake? Oh, fancy that. Me too. You know, in the mornings, sometimes I eat breakfast. And sometimes you give it to me. I always give him breakfast. That's the joke here. And then he just stands on my chest and does this little whisper meow. He just... And I go, honey. And he goes, anyways.
At my normal 6 o'clock time, like yesterday, you know, I know it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, so technically yesterday. I cannot speak on it, but something so insane happened yesterday in my life that has nothing to do with the docuseries and has actually been in the works since well over a year, closer to 2 years, but more specifically 7 months ago. Can I do math? It's either 7 or 8 months. It's a really big deal, and the timing is insane. I wish I could tell you guys more. If you are hoping for my success in life, I would like to ask for like prayers and good vibes, because if this happens for me, everything's gonna change. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm really craving that popcorn snack I made the other live a while back at the end. I'm a new Gilmore Girls fans because of you. I'm season 1 and like Dean and Rory together so far. Rosie, don't spoil. Rosie, don't spoil. Rosie, don't spoil. Rosie, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I gotta be quieter than that. I realized I was like walking that way while talking loudly, and I shouldn't be doing that right now. It sounds positive, and I couldn't wish anything but the best for you. Thank you so much, Shay. It really is positive. I think people forget how much being mentally drained actually takes so much out of you. For real, man. Look, I will save you guys the gory, nitty-gritty details because I don't want to gross people out. So the day I went live, like the day after, was about
So Amberlynn coded.
3 or 4 days after that, I was essentially incapacitated. Like, I was like barely able to get out of bed. What I will say is this: in 2024, I had gotten established with a gyno, and I was starting the process of trying to get my PMDD diagnosed. The thing about that is, because of my size, my experience with that is very inconsistent. So it's been a long time since something like that's happened. And so, like,
is PMDD about depression or menstruation?
Like, yeah, when I made that Girl World video, I was absolutely PMSing. However, I stand on business with what I said. I don't regret it. And I haven't looked at the comments, and I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say on that topic specifically. However, I think that and a couple other things may not have happened if I could have controlled my irritability, to be honest.
Okay, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Okay. Okay.
That's not what I said.
Right.
I meant what I said, and I'm not taking it back. All the best vibes and wishes.
Girl, you don't need to say it if you're not taking it back.
I've got a life-changing meeting coming up at the end of the month settlement. So let's go new beginnings. Hell yeah, good vibes to you. Good vibes to you, Amy. Right now I'm just making a little bit of a snack. I'm gonna make an electrolyte. I've been saving this in like the back corner of my little pantry area over there. So I'm gonna make a little electrolyte drink. Oh, I forgot to grab the water. I also need to refill my water bottle. I'm gonna make a snack and think about what I want to like cook up.
I'm talking about pose belly.
You know, because it might take me a minute. And yeah, I haven't eaten technically in like, what time is it? My clock here is wrong. What time is it? It's almost 3 a.m. Yeah, well over 12 hours.
Don't the oven clocks literally have like a button to like set it? I also, because if I look at the middle monitor, it just looks like I'm looking off screen. But if I look at the OBS screen, it looks like I'm watching her.
I was also sleeping, but I'm just hungry. I'm just ready to eat. So I made this at the very end of one of my last lives. I love this snack.
Something I discovered today is that Rosie in the kitchen with scissors just stresses me out. And I keep my scissors, first of all, these are office scissors, not kitchen shears, which is fine. That's where I keep mine, is in the kitchen. But I also I don't cook, let's be honest. So like mine just live in the kitchen because that's where usually my last stop after I get in the door, and that's where I set all my mail down or my packages.
So I always cut the corners to let out the steam. This is a life hack I learned from the internet that I've never let go of. Oh, I did this perfect. My favorite Built Bar to do.
Look at this jagged edge. No, the fuck you didn't.
This with is the chocolate brownie batter, and it's like a healthier vibe to like. It's like if you're gonna
busted out the kitchen shears. She's a scissor connoisseur.
Like a chocolate and popcorn, you know, like M&Ms or whatever. Happy Pride Month, y'all! And I'm just gonna take a minute because I was thinking about this. I don't want to talk about this with my mouth full. Give me a second. I feel like I'll be rude. Don't mind me, I'm just making a little bit of room.
I hate this!
So, this Pride Month, I want to give a special shout out to any trans people watching, visibly queer people watching. I see you. I think it sucks how your existence has to be brave in our current regime. And I think that my heart just really goes out to everyone that's being affected by what the state of our world is. And I know that I'm queer and I identify as queer, but I am not someone where you're walking down the street.
Wouldn't you want to not let the steam out? Because isn't the goal to like get the protein bar? First of all, why are you eating a protein bar? You're not working out. Girl, we don't need to eat those unless we're like doing physical activity. Second of all, isn't the goal for it to melt on the popcorn? So wouldn't you want there to be more heat in there? So wouldn't it make more sense to like just open the top of the bag, drop the little things in, and like shake them down to the bottom? I also always like poof on the bag to make the steam come out of the little vent in the side. There's vents on the bag, like on purpose.
You're going to know that about me. My experience is very different. And I just think that it is so brave to put yourself out there to still be transitioning or to have transitioned and to be living your life in the world and with the violence that's happening. So I just wanted to say that. It's been on my heart for weeks now, honestly, and I was thinking.
Didn't she do this last year? I feel like I vaguely remember some. Or was she in the middle of the I don't fuck with transphobia last year? Was she in the middle of that? Wasn't this when like Shani rolled into her live stream?
About that like earlier in the month, last month. So I'm glad you said something because I didn't compute that it was Pride Month yet. Yesterday was just a crazy day for me, like in my personal life. It's just, I guess it's just hard. I feel like different people have different stances on that topic, right? Like where it kind of just feels hard with the state of everything, like wanting to celebrate or even like feeling safe to celebrate, you know? And I think that's really valid. So I just it sucks that I feel like you have to say like it's brave but it is. It's not brave in the way that is like, you know, condescending. Like I feel like some people may use that towards like when someone says like someone wearing a bikini.
Oh, okay.
Being brave, right? But it's more like it's brave in the face of a lot of adversity that's happening in the world. I've not been as in touch with a lot of like world news stuff simply because my own life has been so insane. Also, I really
as you're talking about it now, like you are.
I feel like censorship has really upticked recently. Like I came across a TikTok today and I learned something insane that everyone in the comments in America was like, man, this happened a month ago. Like none of us knew that. It's just not to get like too political or too in depth on all that, but I've kind of really changed how I interact with
She's locking and loading.
my comments. I do occasionally open up the YouTube app or YouTube Studio. So in case you're unfamiliar, in the YouTube Studio app, when you like open it up and scroll down on the main page, it always highlights 3 comments. And when you go under the community tab in the studio, it also just shows the same 3 comments. So I do see some comments, and it's always wonderful when I see like the positive ones pop up and I can quickly interact. But I've really heavily shielded myself from the comments unless it's like a specific community post that I know I need to go back and check or anything like that, because I mean just look at my comment sections and you'd understand why. So it's been a really insane time for me.
Why would you scroll to the bottom? First of all, the community spot on the YouTube Studio app literally just takes you to like all of your comments, and it'll also like highlight posts like from your viewers, which I think is really cool. But on the main YouTube page, right? I never go further than like the latest published content. Because I usually want to know like how that video is operating.
Because
also, we broke 3,500, which is like wild, but I'm like just gonna be really quiet about it because I know I'll say that and then I'll lose like 7 followers.
People who have absolutely nothing to do with the project, who are trying really hard to make themselves relevant right now to it. Because
shots fired.
It's such a popular topic in spaces where they feel like they have some kind of claim, while at the same time,
do you really need 2 packets of Propel?
Everyone is giving me so much shit for like, why are you there? Why are you involved? You were never at the house, blah, 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 blah. When they've only seen a single quote from me. And really, ultimately, I guess the only thing I gotta say to that is people are asking the wrong question. People keep asking, why is she there? When really, it's the when and the how of it all that I can't get into because of NDAs.
When it's the when were you there and the how were you there?
So,
she loves the fact that she has an NDA. She loves the fact that it's an NDA.
Also, because I feel like I said something in one of the first lives, and I've noticed some people involved in the project have started putting some things together. And because I said it innocently, I didn't think too much of it. But
yes, she did. Also, Tiny Blue Anthropologist pointed out that she drinks like a toddler, and one, it's made me self-conscious about any time that I drink a fluid with a straw, but I can't unsee it for her.
I guess what I will say is I can't wait to watch.
She also stops mid-statement a lot to drink, I feel like.
The project to kind of get a full scope of what's happening, because I'm going to have a lot to say once I know that information. This is so good. I do want to cook something. I just didn't want to be like super hungry while I was cooking. I wish we could have a watch party too. I'm not going to be doing that. One, I want you guys to watch it. I want you guys to watch it directly. I want you to have your own experiences watching it. I'll definitely talk about it.
Oh, we know.
But also, copyright. Hell yeah. I have this inventory list. I don't know what I want to cook. I do want to defrost one of my mom's pot pies she made me. Well, I'm not making that tonight, but I miss her, and I really like to have her cooking when I miss her a lot. I'm craving
Girl, you got chocolate on your face.
a quesadilla. Ooh, that's an idea.
Hollering.
That might be a good.
First of all, why is this so? Girl, are you cooking on the notebook?
Good meal, because I'm also having this popcorn, so like a little cheese quesadilla moment, because I have sour cream I need to use, and I used to make this like cheese quesadilla that I would eat like in place of like a grilled cheese, and I think I might have some other stuff I could put in it, like in the refrigerator. I just would need to dig around and check. I have that frozen grilled chicken that needs to get used up.
Oh my god.
I can just microwave and cut up. Yeah, we can do that. And then I think I might still have some of those frozen veggies.
Wait, I also just realized that I have like chicken.
The black peppers and onions. That actually sounds really good. I haven't had something like that in a while. I also have a bagged salad that I want to eat, so I could just have some quesadillas and
Where are you going,
bag of salad. That actually sounds fire, to be honest with you, and kind of easy because I'm not really in the mood to be like doing a whole mess. That's why I didn't even put anything in the title, because I like
cooking at 3 a.m. is wild.
For what I was cooking. So like, one, I don't know, and two, I'm just like, I wanted to chat with you guys, and like I just wanted to provide a little bit of an update because my life has been so fucking crazy, bro. Like, I wish I could just sit here and spill all my tea right now. But I want to say, like, I'm very proud of myself because I've genuinely changed so much in like what I share and like how I share it. And there was so much drama for days. You know what?
Rosie, perpetuating the drama.
On my platform here, I do want to say a quick shout out to someone you probably aren't going to expect for me to talk on. You guys know my stance on the LCU. That will never change.
This also got me.
Stance on that is firm.
Just wait.
Never involve myself in that. I do want to say that I did end up like speaking with I think her name is Foxy Mama. She goes by Foxy. Like directly, because I'm not going on that show. It'll never happen. So I got a little more insight.
So let me get this straight. You made you had all that shit to say about the LCU, and then slithered your way into Foxy's DM. Mind you, I'm friends with Foxy. Foxy and I are friends on Discord. I messaged Foxy about during like the middle of last week and said like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I think you're doing like a really great job with this, and like when Keem stops talking, I can tell that you like put a lot of thought into this, and like really nice job with that, like just to make sure that you like get recognition. And so we just like were like idly chatting about it, and I was like, yeah, I think this is really cool. Like, it's like nice to like come back and like see Tech and like interact with you, because I have also DM'd Tech about the situation, about the Paradise bullshit. Like, I think I like sent him something stupid, that, or I was like, I'm coming back, like. Just so he would like tell his fiance to watch my videos. Hi, Sarah.
On her and stuff, and from what as far as I know, I don't know of anything controversial about her, so I'm going to note that.
Rosie.
But you know, because the LCU was like using my face for clickbait. Like, they weren't even talking about me; they were just putting me in the thumbnails and stuff.
Well, you were in the trailer, girly.
Because I'm like somewhat related, at least in like one of the videos. Like I said in the video I made about the LCU, like I knew nothing about the first one. And I saw very limited stuff on the second video they made. And I think they're on like number 6 now. I don't know. I'm not fully keeping up with that. I'm talking to some people who do watch it, and
She's watching. She's watched every fucking day.
And I catch stuff when I'm watching Ziomara's lives on TikTok.
So you're watching it?
Sometimes, but I don't stay around for super long.
You're lying. You're lying!
I did get to a point where I realized I was really over extending my mental capacities with just like the amount of drama and the amount of like toxicity and fighting and all this stuff. It's just been a crazy time, you know? Because like while that stuff was going down, right? Like, I canceled my members only on Friday, when on Saturday morning, I uploaded like a video in its place. I've also, in case you missed the updates, I've restructured what my membership guarantee is. So I am still planning to do
for like the 37th time, I guess.
Streams on Fridays, 6 p.m. Up to 4 months. However, I'm only guaranteeing 2 a month moving forward. I'm giving people ample time to decide if that's an issue for them, if you are an actual paying member. I'm going to be very blunt about something. When it comes to the topic of my memberships, if you're not a member, I'm not interested in your opinion on my members' content. And that's not to be disrespectful.
Well, Rosie, guess what? I'm giving it to you.
That's not to say I don't value you as a viewer, because of course I do. That's why I do the public lives. That's why I'm most of my content is publicly accessible. But what I've started noticing happening was every time I was trying to accommodate when like I was going through stuff, like when I was literally this past week barely able to get out of bed because I was experiencing symptoms related to my cycle that were so severe I could barely function. I was being called a scammer because I canceled a live with every intention of replacing it like I've done every other time. I was invited that day by Paola to be in her TikTok live, and in DMs I originally told her no.
I don't know who Paola is. Who's that? Can you guys tell me?
No, because I'd canceled the live and I knew I was going to get some bullshit. And then I go into the live and I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, it is not the same thing for me to sit here and look presentable and be in a horizontal format with my whole setup and versus laying in
Girl, you have a fill light. Calm down.
bed with like my chin up on camera with like, what was it? Like 6 other people, like, and just occasionally speaking where I'm not the center of attention as I am here. Not the same thing. It's not the same thing. And I really appreciate, because the thing is I also knew at that point my actual members weren't complaining. It was.
Do you guys know how fucked it would be if I were to be like, hey guys, I'm gonna stream today, and then I canceled the stream and then went on like Lol Cow Bus? You guys would be like, bitch, what are you talking about?
Only trolls that were trying to weaponize something to make me out as a scammer, because that's one of the many flat out lie narratives that they go with. Because I don't scam. Anytime that accusation has come up, it's been absolute bullshit. And I'm not gonna.
I feel like she says that because technically, if she revises what her guarantee is, then how is she scamming, technically?
Sit here and like entertain it. But moving forward, I'm only guaranteeing 2 lives per month. So if I cancel one that week, I cancel it. I've learned these past, how long have I been remonetized for? A couple months. I wanted to kind of see how it would go. I challenged myself by even setting anything scheduled, because I know how dynamic my issues are in terms of like the insomnia, the what I experienced this week, my pain flares. Like, it's a long list of stuff. And shout out to my member in the comments who just was like flat out like, yeah, the ableism that they're throwing at you about the live situation is fucking crazy, because it is. The amount of ableism I experience is actually insane. And it's just because they don't like me. I make no apologies for it. I'm not going to bend to the will of people who fucking despise me and will never acknowledge any good that I do. I'm not doing it.
What is the good you're doing in this situation? Can you articulate that for me? I feel like this is new from Rosie, this thing, because now I feel like everything that she's doing, she's taken as Zachary Marie said, she's taken the play out of the Amberlynn playbook of now everything circles back to like the trolls, right? It's always the trolls' fault. It's Girl World's fault. It's the people in Girl World. So now she uses that to justify behavior that's like kind of chintzy. And it immediately sets me off. But like, again, I am not going to contest any cycle, anything. I'm not going to contest anything that has to do with the women's reproductive system. I have a wiener. I only like wieners. So like, it's 100% like, that's not for me to discuss.
I'm not interested. Yeah, man, I wasn't hiding anything. Like, I just wasn't on YouTube. And when I'm here in my live, like, this is the Rosie show. You know what I mean? And being in the live on TikTok was not that. It was me sitting there being a part of a conversation of whether you like it or not, I'm included in.
Ooh, and for some reason, that smug, it sends me into a blind rage.
Period. And I could do,
yeah, girl, get the popcorn out of your cleavage.
What a lot of creators do, which is not even provide exclusive content, just have memberships to get extra support. But I choose to provide extra.
That's like, because here's the thing. If I were to ever turn memberships back on, because I understand the idea here, because the reason that I didn't turn memberships back on is because when I was doing the membership, y'all, those retro reacts, that shit was like, it felt like being like shackled to the ground. Like every day I was like, I need to get home and film a retro react right now. Like, and then it also would start to feel like this like looming thing where like if I didn't have like X amount ahead, because I like to have one so like one would go public every day. So I needed extra ones in case something was to happen. But then the fact would be is that like if I came home and Amber like went live or hadn't went live or something, like I'd have to like film the retro react so it was like ready, get that planned and whatever good to go. I was also filming on my stupid MacBook, and then I would have to like export it, which would take like 8 hours, and then also film whatever the Amber was doing. And it just so like I'd get home at like 4 or 5 o'clock and be like, all right, well, I'm about to be doing this until 11:30, and so it would just feel like overwhelming because I also like it's the way that it would I would establish that as my routine and then be able to do it for like a week or two, and then I'd like something would happen or I'd just be really really tired and like not want to do it, and I'd be like, well, I have extras that whatever, but then it becomes like that thing that I didn't do, and then I feel bad because I didn't do it. And that's why when I got remonetized, I was like, we're not doing memberships, because like I think that one, I'm gonna make better content or have like better shit to say or be more excuse me, because I don't think my content's that great. I'm going to be like more into whatever I'm doing if I'm like doing it because I'm just like, she posted this today, I'm reacting to it. And I think you guys can tell because especially like now I can just come on and scream laugh at shit, and it's maybe like the first time I've posted in like a couple days, right? And now it feels a lot more different to be like, oh, I haven't posted anything in like 4 days, like they're gonna be concerned about me, than like me being like, I didn't post something today, right? Like, and that, I don't know, I like, to me, I feel there's something that like feels better about like me coming on and like posting a video so you guys know that I'm like okay, than like me just like chugging out content daily. Post staring at his litter box like he's having an existential crisis. He's sitting outside of it, just
content. And I want to. And I actually love the members' lives. I needed more time. What do you mean I wasn't honest? Is there a way for you to put a poll out to members when you
wait, I have to move.
could pull up for when something happens with options?
Okay, we're talking about Misty Twilight, I think. No, we're talking about I Love Toe Beans. Same. Force Wink.
I could do that sometimes. Now the thing is, like, multiple reaction channels are members, like several actually.
I'm not.
And there's also several trolls. And like a lot of the quirky creepy crew. I miss you. To my memory, yeah, you have trolled. Well, I mean, your opinion on the newest video is your opinion. What's your opinion? I have more exclusive content coming. I chose to do the soundtrack one first, excuse me. And the uncensored Texas content is going to include clips that were originally censored that are now uncensored, so you can see them. You can see Remy in them. But
ooh, she's spitting popcorn out. You see that? Also, here, did she not say that this content that she was going to post was going to have like unseen footage, but the unseen that she meant was just uncensoring Remy? Girl, I almost hit the fucking ceiling. I was like, you grifting girl. Delete your other ones and repost the new ones. Like, come on.
it's also going to include exclusive stuff. But again, I have like a lot
She lying.
going on. I was extremely rude to you. I'm being genuine when I ask this. Can you remind me what I said? Was it in the comments of that video? I'm being genuine when I say I don't remember what I said. I could go read it, but I don't have my computer.
I could go read it. I could. That's very... And she thinks she's setting herself apart from Amberlynn, because Amberlynn would be like, I can't show you guys, I'm on my phone.
With me. It sits in the comments. Okay. I'll review it. Because if you don't like the content, you don't like the content. I understand that. But ultimately, like, I'm going to put out what I'm going to put out. And I'm still just, at the end of the day, it's up to you if you want to support me, right? And I am doing my best. And you are entitled to not like something.
One of the most impactful things that I've ever heard on YouTube that I had never been able to articulate when I worked for Target was when Zachary Marie had explained the conversation that like they had in their last job where they had to meet the like response to criticism with the response being like, I'm doing the best that I can. And they had to meet it with essentially saying like, you know, I recognize that you're doing the best that you can and I believe that, but at the end of the day, like, you're still not meeting expectations. And that's like me, that's not the way Zachary Marie phrased it so much better, but it was like one of the most like earth shattering like phrases I had ever heard in my life, because that's like one of the hardest things to navigate in like difficult leadership conversations, is being like, hey, this is like this expectation that like you have to meet, you know? So like you might be doing the best you can, but like you have to get better. Like, you know, like and when I would talk about it in terms of like shit at Target, I'd be like, you know, I'd be like, yeah, you might not be like that quick at like folding clothes, but that just means that like you got to get better at it, because like otherwise this conversation's going to look like this in like a month, you know? I know it's crazy, but like I'm out there doing the same thing. So like if I can do it at like 380 pounds, like you can do it.
I remember trying to explain it to you. That's what I remember. Like explain.
Oh, so she didn't remember, but now she remembers.
Like what I just said. But I don't. I seriously, I would need to grab my computer, and my boyfriend's sleeping, so I don't want to bring it out here.
What?
Misty, I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw your username, I remember you saying something.
What is happening?
Really shitty to me.
What was the thing?
If I'm wrong, I apologize. I will cop to that. And I'm really serious. Like, if I'm wrong to that, that is seriously my bad. I remember you trolling me. However, I get so much shit, I don't remember when, where, how. So if I'm wrong, then that's my fuck up, dude. So I will apologize for that. But yeah, if you don't like, if you're paying for something and you don't like it, that's absolutely your right. At this point, Missy, what I'm going to recommend.
You put out more content than some creators. Bitch, where? Oh my god. Where? What are you talking about? Are you talking about because she live streams for 6 fucking hours? Girl, it's not our fault that she needs to cook shit that it's not our fault that she sits in front of the shit while it's baking. That's not on us. She just happens to stay live.
Is I don't want to stay on this topic for like a very long time in the live, right? So if you want to email me.
That's her signature, like, get out card. She said, oh, we're going to move on from this.
At quickyloverose@gmail.com. I'd be happy to have a conversation if you want to talk further. And also, chat, I don't want you guys picking on Misty either, please. Please. At the end of the day, I'm a human being, and I fuck up, right? And so if I'm wrong here and I just fucked up, then, like, I do owe you an apology. Period. Okay. Understood, Misty.
Slay.
I wish you well. Oh, okay, so I'm not Crazy Island?
Her chat started defending her and going in on Misty, who ended up leaving.
Because that's what I remember. Oh, yeah, we've been spending some good time together. He's been, oh god, I wish I could tell. I can't. He's been so supportive and amazing and incredible, and I'm just so grateful for him.
You're right. Remy can do no wrong.
It took me forever to eat this popcorn. Well, I mean, I can't help it. My jaw clicks, Daddy Bear, so that's my body, you know what I mean? I've had TMJ for many years. I've had issues.
This got me heated
With that. Maybe it's not that. Oh, hey, it's not clicking like it used to. That's actually good. Oh, cool. It used to make this crazy noise.
Wait. Wait, hold on. And when I tell you guys, I fully paused it and continued to just be laughing. God damn it. God damn it.
Oh, hey, it's not clicking like it used to. That's actually good.
And I also have like severe TMJ. Let me see if I can get it on camera. Did it pop? Did you hear it? Never mind. You can't hear it. Never mind. It does. You can. The pop sound. It's actually your tendon fucking snapping over like the spot where it's like supposed to sit. I've looked it up because like I used to get it really really bad because I can like crack my like jaw. And it's like not a good time because like I'll do it and it's like, oh, cute, fierce, and then it gets like inflamed, so it just hurts. And it's just awful because it's not like, oh, I just need to stretch it. It's just like aggravated. Hate it. And so I try not to do it because you literally just have to like stop trying to open your mouth super big and like wait. And like I also am like a teeth grinder, not grinder. I'm like a jaw clencher. That's what I meant. And so like I don't want to play with that. I don't want to play with that.
Oh, cool. It used to make this crazy noise.
Yeah.
But sometimes I am defensive to the wrong people. And I think if you were treated like I was online,
Oh, you don't say!
and you would be more understanding to that. And that's why, like, as soon as I realized that, like, sometimes I read something and it's like, it probably would have been better if I just didn't respond. You know? But and this past week, I was a little bit on a tirade for a couple days. I was.
A little bit, girl.
I own that. To my memory, there's not much I regret saying. Maybe we like a spicy rosé. Yeah, I used to have friends who would like, I think they would call it like, was it spicy rosy ranch or something like that, like, or just calling me spicy, because like when I was younger I used to just like get on Snapchat and just like yell at the camera and just like talk.
I'm starting to like find snippets of these like across other channels who do like retro reacts, because I've just been like, where the fuck do y'all get these clips? She was just as messy as Amber.
Shit, I'm just gonna eat my popcorn while I read chat. Because ultimately at the end of the day, what more people need to realize is that not every moment of every piece of content is like geared towards you specifically, you know? And that's something like, it's like if I'm watching something and I don't like something or something's bothering me, but I still like the creator, I'll leave for a minute and come back later. I'm not gonna like stop eating my popcorn just because someone doesn't like my jaw clicking, you know? Like I can't help that my jaw clicks. Like it's
You said your jaw wasn't clicking.
quite literally out of my control. Honestly, cheesecake.
It actually is 100% in your control, because usually the fact that you had to set it off by opening your mouth as big as you could and then you determined that it's not happening, that's how it's indicative of your control.
Ideas sound fire, and we do have some of that extra sour cream. Rosie's her own boss and creates content when she wants, and she's more responsive than some creators.
People trying hard tonight. Shut up.
I'm not feeding into it.
You sure, girl?
It's as simple as that. Also,
This was when I stopped because I was like, oh no, we're reacting. But girly, because I thought what she was talking about, I thought people were saying like, hey, could you not like chew that popcorn like into the camera? And she was basically just saying like, get fucked. Because I have biblically also like always fielded these comments on my own videos with like nothing but like adjustment. It's like why I try not to eat, or if I am eating, I try to eat like super quietly or cover my mouth.
It's really fucking presumptuous to like expect someone to completely.
Same thing, I've had people say like, hey, can you not like do like the gagging bit where you make like the sound because it like sends me into orbit? And I was like, done, I can totally do that.
What they're doing just to accommodate you when what all they're doing is eating popcorn. That's odd because
it's the way that she's being such an absolute bitch about it.
Again, as I said, when I'm watching people, and if there's something like a repetitive noise or something I really don't like, I will leave and I'll come back a few minutes later, because it is that simple. I personally think, especially during.
Could also just like not. It's the and like that is like, and the reason that I do this is because it happened like right at the beginning of my channel, and and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, hey, I can definitely make this adjustment. Like, I'm totally down. Like, thanks for letting me know and like being like nice about it. And they were like, oh my God, like, thank you so much. Cause I guess they had like had that same like comment on other people's videos. And they were like, well, it's my channel. And here goes Miss fucking Girly being like, what's odd is that you're that pressed about popcorn. Girl, it's not like what, imagine being like girl, you're being food aggressive, okay?
In times where since the documentary is coming out soon and reaction channels are posting more about Rosie, she could retreat, but she doesn't. She's live and responsive.
Which she is taking to mean as like she's like not the way that it's actually coming across, because what the way that it's coming across is that like Girly is putting herself in it every day. She said, what trenches can I get down in today?
Thank you, Island Goth Girl. And when I needed to retreat, I did. I took a step back because, right, like, I've gotten a lot of criticism for how, like, when I first went live, I was, like, really happy about it. Because, again, you guys don't have ever all the information on, like, why I was excited. Because it took me about 2 days after that where my memory kind of started flooding back. And I was, like, privately processing and privately, like, kind of going through a lot of my, like...
Processing what? You weren't there.
Real emotions that I was experiencing. Because my initial reaction was, like, oh, my God, like... something I've been a part of for 2 years is finally out. Like, this is
what do you mean a part of?
A moment for me, but it's not entirely about me at the same time, right? So it's like it's just something I'm a part of, and I'm choosing to keep taking shit on the chin instead of.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Making it about me, which I could very easily do.
She's not making it about her, you guys. Just so you know, she's not making it about her.
If that was what I intended. I mean, at the end of the day, if anyone had the opportunity to be on national television, regardless of the reason, unless it's like you were somehow tricked into it or it was like a really negative experience for you, I think you'd be like kind of excited about it. Even if you're nervous, even if you're scared, even if there's a lot of like difficult aspects to it, you know, which there are in this scenario. And also, sometimes I am slow for things.
Remember, one of the major critiques was her taking attention away from the victims and the woman who just passed away a few weeks ago.
To like fully hit me. And that's what happened with me this time, right? And also, at the time, I told you guys I had been like dealing with like a lot of hypomania symptoms and
I'm gonna
I was very like energetic and up in a way you guys don't see me normally, and I was still in that when it was announced, you know. I think that was also a factor, but I don't want to blame it exclusively on that.
Yes, you do. That's why you brought it up.
Because I don't think that's fair or true. I just think it was a part of the thing, right? Because my emotions weren't real. How I expressed them was how I felt at the time, and I still am like, you know, damn, like this is crazy, like right, like this is. I'm really excited to watch the final product.
The way you wanted to sell this, Rosie, is like the emotions were real, but they were just too much.
I've known about all of this stuff this whole time, and I watched all this stuff go down, and like no one was giving the story any real attention as things were happening in real time. And I remember feeling so frustrated about that because that's something that I feel like the docuseries explores too, you know, and at least I hope it does. And that's something that is a big aspect of like plus size communities, of like how much insidious shit happens in the dark. I think it's very fair to say that like on a societal level, plus size people are a marginalized class.
She fully said on a societal level.
People, maybe not more than a lot of other marginalized groups, but like
careful, girl. Tread lightly.
They are one. That's why a lot of people can be so dismissive and dehumanize us and our experiences. So to get the platform like this is a big deal for everyone involved. I'm really excited to see it. I'm excited to know what happened, you know? Like,
okay, but what is this platform really for? Okay? Because I don't think that this documentary is gonna like break ground for the plus size community, right? This is like essentially like a true crime documentary
in terms of the final product, because I was very involved up to a certain point, and then I was in the dark. So I had a conversation with my mom today about something that's not related to the docuseries, but something else. And she was just like, and at one point she like started really crying and was just like telling me how brave she thinks I am and all these really wonderful things. And my parents and my My entire life, I had a very difficult relationship with my parents. It's been the past 1 to 2 years where I finally hit a stride where I realized and felt like I had a really good, supportive, like healthy relationship with my parents because we had a lot of shit to figure out. And
How long have they been in Norway? Does anyone know? I don't.
I'm so grateful for that because now, I'm in a situation where I really have a tight knit, supportive system that I can trust. And I've kind of been coming to the realization that, like, I didn't even really know what that felt like until recently. And I'm so grateful for that because, like, my parents obviously have always loved me and wanted what was best for me, but all of us had a lot of work to do and figure out and healing to do. And we've hit that equilibrium, and I'm so grateful for it, Sorry for the drama. I usually don't respond to others in chat, but I hate when people just want there to be issues with you when you're dealing and sharing your life. Thank you, Island Goth Girl, and I get it. I mean,
Island Goth Girl is dick riding. I'll say it.
I'm not showing you guys the dark side of this stuff, the scary stuff, the intense stuff, because that's just I've finally learned how to operate with more discernment. Oh my god, I'm still eating this freaking popcorn. It's almost done. We are about to start the quesadilla process. I just want to enjoy my popcorn.
I forgot the fucking quesadilla.
And I genuinely have missed chatting with y'all. Like, I needed some distance because also, like, straight up,
Not with Twilight Mystery or whatever her name was.
I didn't trust myself to not run my mouth because they're so.
Girl, you came on here and ran your mouth. So what are you talking about?
The amount of, like, tea, the amount of, like, drama, the amount of, like, personal life updates I'm withholding, I deserve a medal. I deserve a fucking medal. Just curious, I've been seeing post circulating. You claimed her. What? That never happened. Can you forward me the receipts? I need to see receipts of that. That did not happen. There's no fucking way. I would never do that.
That's so pointless to even address, because her mom has been in her videos, like, in the last 2 months.
What the fuck?
Why are you really thinking about it, girl? Here I just stuck up for you, and now why you really think, why?
Like, what? Would I have done something like that in psychosis? There's no fuck.
You got me fucked up.
Fucking way, that's real. What? Yeah, I know they probably edit somebody else or misread it and went with it, and that's what they do, right? Don't let others make you question when you've been in psychosis or what you say. Yeah, I wouldn't do something like that. Yeah, I have to say, I think that, I haven't seen the receipts yet. I have to say that's AI. That's crazy. I'll never lie about my mom dying for attention. Let's just.
I hate that this is, like, the new thing. If, like, it wasn't them or this must be AI.
Disgusting.
Oh girl. Girl, fix your handwriting. What is this? What word is that even? I don't even know which way the page is supposed to go.
I don't even think that's something I would do in psychosis. So, like, I'm baffled, and I feel like this is just another attempt to slander my character, so whatever. I just think this is in response to the Girl World video, and it's just another effort to be cruel. I'm gonna make 2 quesadillas. If I don't eat both, I'll save the other one for later, but I'm gonna go ahead. This chicken needs to get used up, so. Before I told the internet about my poetry account, I spent a couple weeks just posting poetry, and just, like, because I've been writing, off and on with a lot of seriousness for 6 years, but I didn't share a lot of it. And I'm still learning, and I would love to take, like, actual poetry classes and stuff, because I'm completely self-taught. Writing is my passion, and I'm trying to let myself actually embrace that.
Wasn't that Amberlynn's passion?
And I think I'm a good writer. If you are interested in reading my poetry, I have shared it on my Instagram. I did mention it, and I did share it on my community tab post. I have actually shared one poem specifically about Girl World and one about just, like, being a fat content creator, but I've also shared some others and different topics and stuff. And there's a lot of poetry that I'm not going to be posting because I have bigger plans for that.
Then why are you telling us? Just stop. I hate when people do this. Don't tell us the shit that you're not gonna do. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Stop telling us what you're not gonna do. Stop telling us, hey, X, Y, and Z, but I'm not gonna show you or tell you about it. Just so you know, though, I don't give a shit. Why are you telling me then?
I love writing. So if I'm a published author, my name is gonna be Rosie Jean. I'm not gonna have, like, a pen name. I mean, if you never posted cringe poetry online, are you even a millennial or what?
I have never posted cringe poetry online.
Yeah. I'm very proud of my poetry that I've posted so far. I know people will hate on it regardless, and a lot of them will just make the correlation to Amber being like writing poetry. I know what my talents are. I'm not concerned. I hate that these people upset you and change the whole vibe of their life. Like, they are weird. I'm sorry. I wish I could let it go.
Let it go! Let it go! That was too easy.
See, she needs to toughen up. So, like, they create a problem and then they blame me. Refer to the video of Girl World as a mental illness to this moment. That's all I gotta say. See, log off if you can't handle it.
Well, you guys are being mean, but I should be allowed to stay on the internet and stream.
Oh, but I just am playing victim, right? I'm the problem. Rosie's just a poor victim of everything.
Now I will say this again. I'm not saying you are the problem, but you do have problems and you are problematic. And that is two separate things from the idea of being the problem.
Everything is so awful for her because she just can't handle anything, and anyone with a brain can see the situation for what it is. Like, of course I'm upset.
Well, yeah, and here I am. Boop. Because the problem here is that you continue to act the way that you do, and now you're justifying your behavior based off of the shitty behavior, but your argument is that it's their fault that you're being like this, as opposed to not just like, no, girl, you're just like this. Does that make sense? I was kind of talking out of my ass there. I'm not gonna lie.
The thought of my mom dying is something I've had countless panic attacks over. Just don't fucking talk about it. The fact that, like...
And here's the thing. I don't want to hear about what you don't talk about, because your signature move is to talk about something and say you're not going to talk about it.
Human beings exist, the world exists, that we're in a galaxy, that, like, we're in a solar system. It's one galaxy in an infinite amount of galaxies, and the concept of space is just so, like, it's just crazy how anything exists. Not to get too, like, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for right now. Y'all complain more on my brother's behalf than my brother ever has in his entire life.
Wow. It must be nice that we care about Levi so much, honestly.
Oh, wild. Trust me. If I ever a piece of sleep, he lets me know. I've lived here for almost 5 years, and I think it has only happened twice, and both times I was cooking bacon, and that's what woke him up. So as long as I'm not cooking, because smells wake him up before noise. So as long as I'm not cooking,
That's...
and like very smelly things, like bacon, like strong odor stuff, I'm not being loud. Exactly. And you know what? If you're watching the live earlier, I got up and I was talking, and I realized I was being loud, and I corrected myself. So we're gonna do
2 more? You don't need 4. What are you talking about? Rosie, you don't need those fucking... You do not need that many electrolytes for sitting in your kitchen. We're not athletes, Rosie. We are large. We are overweight people. We don't need excess electrolytes. We're not like, oh, fuck, what am I going to do without the electrolytes? Girl, we're hydrated. We're hydrated. You got water? We're hydrated.
one more of these. I try to not have 2 of these drinks back to back normally, but you want to know something?
At 3 in the morning, mind you. So, girl, you're going to wet the fucking bed.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. Fuck what?
She said what?
I don't think my question is bad. I'm just worried I might get timed out for some reason. I mean, sure, go ahead and ask it, but...
Oh, what a bitch.
If you're obviously trolling, you know, that's at your own risk. But I mean, you've prefaced it at least, so what's up? I deleted my past health...
Have you tried a bit healthier lifestyle? I feel like I could really help your health in the long run. Just saying.
Content, Brian. I lost 100 pounds, and I gained it back because I have issues with food. And also, I mean, at this stage...
What are you doing about that? I have issues with food. I'm not doing anything about it. I'll tell you right now. I don't even know what the issues are.
In my life, yes, I have issues with food, but I honestly feel like I more have issues with myself and just my mental capacities and things like that. And
see, she caught herself because she knows that she just talked about how she's in therapy. So if she makes it back to, if she switches from the food to herself, then I'm in therapy though.
I need access to a level of support I don't have right now, and I think that's kind of one of the reasons.
What's the support you need access to? I'm curious.
I devolved and started and stopped losing weight to begin with. It happened around the time. I think it wasn't immediate. If I would have to look back to know the exact months. Like I don't think it was immediate, but it was like because I tried keeping it up sometime after losing insurance, if I remember correctly. But if I remember correctly, I don't think it was like I lost insurance and then I gave up. It was like I tried for some time. I mean, I don't think that question is disrespectful. I just think it can get ridiculous how often people just they come in here for 5 seconds and look at me and decide they want to have a conversation about my health when I'm just like trying to talk about like I don't know my favorite TV show or like what's going on in my life. You know what I mean?
Rosie, shut the fuck up. What a fucking statement. I just think it's weird that people want to come in here and talk about my lifestyle when I'm just trying to eat a big O quesadilla at 3 in the morning. Get out of my fucking face.
Not so directly to Brian.
And the double bite, girl. And here's the thing. This is why I say you be making Schmieder content. Because you do shit like that. Y'all saw me out here drinking this coffee, right? And you don't think it was feeder content? Now, if I was drinking this coffee like I would... y'all would be like, what are you doing that for? Like...
Just a general thought. I mean, first of all, I need access to consistent weekly therapy. I need access to
You're not gonna get it. I can't even get access to weekly therapy, and I know where to go, and I'm like not a bitch about it.
Fucking physician. I need access to some specialists. I need access to be able to afford certain what?
Google primary care provider near me accepting insurance. Just get insurance, girl. Don't you have to have it?
Work and prescriptions and all of these things. And I live in Florida, and I'm running into a lot of roadblocks because I am a single woman with no children, and I'm not currently on disability, and I don't currently have a medical care or team to help establish the medical records like in current day to essentially prove that I'm disabled. So the way they have the legislation set up.
How do you not have records to prove that you're disabled? How? You mean to tell me you don't have any documents or records from like when you went to like the psychiatric facility? You don't have any records or documents from when you were at like the scary place in fucking Georgia, Oklahoma, wherever the hell it was, that like is the reason that you say you have chronic pain now because there's like nerve damage in your hand because they wouldn't give you a pillow, XYZ. There's no documents from that. There's no medical documents anywhere in the continental United States that have any of your diagnoses on them, because I don't think that's true.
Florida is set up to work against people in my position.
Nope, that's literally just like the insurance and medical system. You just have to deal with that. They make it hard for a reason to make people not want to deal with it, and some people just won't.
Like not just me, but
someone like you who's got not shit but time on your hands.
People in my position, and it's based on a lot of the traditionalist values that are pushed by the conservative parties in my state. Because I'm just trying to get through my days right now, and I have some plans, but they are just not on everyone else's timeline. Without the proper supports in place, I will just keep repeating patterns that people will villainize me for.
Are they consistent with the idea of villainy? Because then it sounds like you're just getting called out for your bullshit, girly.
I'm hoping that playing the long game works. It's really all I can do.
What's the long game? How are you playing? Because I don't think you are. Sounds like the long game would be like a paper trail of being like, hey, I need these documents from the time that I stayed at this facility from X to X.
Sounds like the real issue isn't food, it's everything you've been dealing with mentally. Yes, Brian. Yeah.
Cherry picking head ass.
Exactly.
Oh, and we're crying.
Yeah. Bro, I am just trying to stay alive.
Yeah, girl, me fucking too. Me too, bitch. But guess what? I don't have the option to sit and sleep in. I don't have the option to sit in and sleep in and cook shit at 3 a.m. Girl, I gotta go to bed and get my ass up at 6:30 the next morning. Make sure my son is fed. Make sure my body is clean. Make sure that my clothes are clean and go. And then I take care of other people. With a smile on my face.
That's it. Oh, excuse me. I've been incorrectly typecasted, and they're doing everything they can to make the rectangle that is me fit through with a triangle that has nothing to do with me, to the point that
this isn't even a good analogy. This isn't even a good metaphor.
they make up shit often.
What did we make up? Name it. Name it. You won't.
I'm just sticking to the plan, and I'm gonna
What's the plan?
take it as it comes and roll with the punches. And
Is rolling with the punches just being like, I'm not apologizing for being a giant asshole?
keep doing me.
Yeah, we know, girl. That's all you can do, diva.
There's just so many people that they hide behind like faux morality to have an excuse to berate and punch down on people they view lesser than. And I'm a really good target for that, because then they can feel like they're better about themselves, that they're not these certain deplorable things, because the target that they're targeting deserves it. And what I've come to realize over the past year is that if you really feel that way about someone, the worst thing you can do is ignore them into oblivion, make them irrelevant. Don't give them your energy. Don't give them your attention. Don't give them your money. Don't give them your brain space. Don't give them the power to influence you by consuming.
Didn't you just come up on the internet talking about what are you supposed to do about X, Y, and Z? Ignore it into oblivion? Because you've been talking about ignoring shit into oblivion that I don't think you're ignoring into oblivion, girly. So I have questions.
Their content. Being on both sides of the coin, I've learned a lot about just how much perspective alters reality. And when you're talking about creators...
No. You've already got that twisted. Your perspective is your reality, which is why you need to challenge your perspective to make sure that you can figure out, like, hey, is this really the way that I'm seeing it? Or is it possible that this isn't like, that like I'm just interpreting this in a weird way because of A, B, and C, right? I hate this discussion. The idea, your perspective is your reality. I hate it. I loathe that discussion, that dialogue, that argument. I hate it with every fiber in my being, because 9 times out of 10, it's used to avoid accountability and to justify like whatever bullshit you're trying to spew out of your mouth. I've done it. I've had it done to me several times. I've dodged accountability with it. I've had people dodge accountability with it. I used to accuse my old boss of shit all the time, and she would just be like, well, because your perception's your reality. And then I would be like, okay, yeah, but like, let's back it up. Hold on. Y'all want some, we'll get a target T in here. Let's get a target T. Let me pause, because I have to like remember the details. Okay, I'm a little foggy on how we got there, so bear with me. But when I was a team lead, my executive, so like the person who is in charge of me that's not the store manager, right? I remember this was before I owned the beauty department, and this was like while I was trying to like take on extra things like for my own development, to like showcase myself and to be able to like have like a power story like for whenever I did inevitably interview. And so the way that we ran our specialty sales department at Target at the time was just that like me and my peer owned all of clothing together, and then our boss owned electronics and beauty, which at the time, those were all the specialty sales. So if you work for Target, that super dates like what time frame it was, because this was like back during like 2022, 23-ish, because now specialty sales is like over half the store. It's like all of like domestics and home improvement and kitchen and stationery and the seasonal shops in the back corner and clothing, electronics, and beauty, right? At the time, it was just those 3. Okay. And And I don't remember how we got there. I remember we were at the cardboard compactor where you like throw all your broken down boxes in and it smushes it down, and then you make a bale of cardboard and it gets shipped out, whatever. We were talking about something that had to do with the beauty department. Either I was working on like a plan for something, or I was like pitching a plan to her. I don't remember what it was specifically, but I said something. No, she said something to me, and I said like, I like questioned it. I was like, well, are they really gonna get it done? And she said like something back to me, and I just did like, and she got so mad at me, and she immediately like turned and just started like storming down the back room. And I was like, where are you going? Like, I was like, I'm just trying to like, no, it wasn't that. I was trying to support her, and so I was offering to do something, and she was telling me that she didn't want me to do it, and I was like, well, why not? Like, why can't I just help you? And she like wouldn't let me do it, or like kept telling me no, and that like she was gonna do it. But she was also a chronic martyr, so she would say like, I'll just do it, and suddenly she'd have done nothing all day, and she would be telling us she wasn't gonna leave the building until it was done. And then inevitably she would just like not do the thing that she said she was gonna do all day. And then we would be like, and so I was just trying to support her, and I was like, well, I can do da 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 da. And she was like, no, I'm just gonna do this instead. And I was like, why? And I had said that I was like, why can't I just like help you or something? And she stormed off down the back room, and I was like, where are you? What are you doing? I was like, where are you going? Why won't you just let me help you? And she like turned around, and at this point she was probably like 50 to 75 feet away. And she like yelled full voice in the back room, was like, I feel like you're just telling me that I'm not good at my job. Wasn't anything that I actually said. And I just ended up like leaving or something. And then I reported it to the store manager. I said, hey, I just want to let you know, like, this is like the interaction that took place. And like, I don't want, because one, I knew that she would go and tell a different story than what actually happened. And so according to her, it would be that I was like this demon child that told her she was trash. And so I went and said to my boss, I said, I just want to let you know that like this is what happened. And like, she said this, I said this, she said this. I looked at her and didn't say anything, and she stormed away and turned around and yelled this at me. And that's the exact way that like this interaction went. And like, that's not appropriate, because I've been given the same feedback of like, you can't just be yelling shit in the back room when you feel some kind of way, right? And that's like biblically what will send me into a blind rage the fastest, is if you do something that I've been like sat down in an office and told not to do. Because that was like at the first Target that I was at before I got promoted out, they like messed with my development. Like they wouldn't, I was ready to like start interviewing at a certain time, and they told district leadership that I wasn't. So that way I had to like stay and like work on my development for a whole other year, which is how I was like planning my exit, because like they were just dicking me around and making me like work like a dog and do all this extra work before they would like allow me to have the green light to interview for an executive position. And this is true for a lot of Targets, by the way. So if you work as a team lead for Target and you would like to be an executive, one, it has already been decided whether you are or are not capable, or it's even on the radar. Two, they're going to milk you for every hourly drop that you're worth before they even let it happen. And if you haven't been enrolled for 18 months, don't even bother, unless you're so good and you overperform for so long that they'll like waive it, because it'll always come up as like the last ditch effort of like, you can't break your churn. And so I told our store manager about this, and they told me, because I said, I was like, you've given me the same feedback about that I can't conduct myself this way in the back room, so like why is it okay then for my superior to do that to me? Because like I'm pretty sure it was them that I had gotten in a fight with our actual store manager, which is true. It's happened. And he was like, they were like, I think for your development that you should have that discussion with her, which is a cop out. That's code for I don't want to have this accountability conversation. You go have this accountability conversation, which is the hardest thing to do, is turn around and have a conversation with your superior about their behavior and it being incorrect. So there I was, having to be like, all right, bitch, let's go, because you're not going to tell me I'm incapable of something. So I was like, girly, I'd like to talk to you. And like that's ultimately what it boiled down to, is just it just was like a lot of us trading this back and forth, and me being like, right, but you raised your voice and like yelled at me from across the back room, which is going to make people think that I'm like out here doing anything insane, and like that's not what was happening. And so like you're telling me that I made you feel like X way, but you like did the thing that's inappropriate. I didn't do anything inappropriate. I challenged like your direction, which I'm supposed to do as part of my development, but I didn't do it in a way that was like aggressive or like violently disrespectful. I did it in a way that was like maybe a little bit like sarcastic, but like based on the like relationship that we had working together, like that's something that like wouldn't have been an issue or shouldn't have been an issue based on like, because we got along well, right? And it just kept boiling down to like, oh well, because I remember that she literally was like, well, and perception is reality, so da 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 da, and like as if it just like it just throws the argument out the window. Anyways, sorry for that tangent.
To like talk about their life and actually talk about themselves versus creators who commentate or talk about other people or react to content they see online, and their content inherently is not revolved around them. As on a creator aspect, your relationship with your content, your audience, the internet in and of itself are very, very, very vastly different. Whenever I hear about internet scandals and things like that now, I just have a completely different mindset and perspective, because there are some things that I think are truly inexcusable, and there have been a few things in my past that I look back on and I go, yeah, actually that was inexcusable, and I wish I had seen it in the moment, and I didn't. Specifically for me, sitting here and like going through everything and seeing what I see in my comments that come through, or what pops up here and there online. Because now, with the documentary, shit about me is popping up on my TikTok For You page, which I have never had that problem before, because TikTok was always one of the few social media apps that I could go.
Well, girl, that's what you get when you go into their lives and get up on panel. It starts pushing you that bullshit.
And I know I wouldn't have to deal with this bullshit, and that's changing now, and that sucks for me. I'm in a very unique position because when it comes to gorlworld, I'm the first person that's been like fully.
And see, here's the thing. I don't think Rosie's a narcissist. But something that always rings true to me is that narcissists are always, they're either the victim, the martyr, or the saint. So this like, it's like same but different, but she's setting herself above when she does this. She's solidifying herself as like main character, even though she's denying wanting that or being that.
Added in or like adopted in, whatever word you want to use, who like hasn't been around for a long time and who was once a gorlworld viewer. Seeing it on both sides, like I have an understanding now of both experiences, and I'm genuinely the only person who's ever experienced that's not a hyperbolic statement, like that's a fact. Seeing that, and then also understanding that a part of the reason I came to some of the conclusions that I did like a year ago or so was because I experienced the other side of the coin, and I wish I had been able to learn that lesson in a different way with like my entire being, every fiber of my being. I wish I had been able to learn that in a better way, in a way that didn't make me shitty, because the only thing that I can do is continue to not spend my free time hating on others. I've responded to a few things here and there because of like the attention I've been getting from the docu.
How you feel about Keemstar and Stefan, Rosie?
Series and stuff. I don't interact with the internet the same, and I haven't wavered on that, and I plan to keep that way. I don't want to feed into it, but I'm reaching a point.
Feed!
Where I feel like the silence gives them more room to cause me real harm, like real life harm, because the post was telling people my property was abandoned. The post also said my parents were dead. So maybe that's related to what's happening today. I don't know. Saying that there was something valuable in the house that people could take from my abandoned property. I have all the evidence. I mean, yes, that was probably my 5th call to the police now. I'm not making this shit up. Anyone perpetuating that narrative is disgusting and they're enabling this shit. I benefit nothing from talking about these things. I get absolutely nothing good out of it. It's just the truth. I just want to be left alone. Talk your shit. Do whatever the fuck you gotta do, but just like leave me alone.
People talk your shit. Like, bite your lip.
To hurt Levi. Like, you know, we would never.
The fact that she is having this discussion while fanning herself is absolutely fucking frying me.
Like, cause like at least gorlworld fucking feels like the way about my brother, and I'm genuinely grateful for that. Like, I'm so serious. Like,
we love Levi!
I will take all the fucking heat. As long as people are kind about my brother, like, I'm so fucking grateful for that. However, when you put my safety at risk, you put his safety at risk. Period. I actually think some of those people are just, like, they're just demented fans. Like, a lot of the shit.
Do you know that? I think this is a breast pump. I'm so convinced that's a Medela breast pump.
That they do is fan behavior. It's fan behavior to create fan fiction about my boyfriend's ex-boyfriend. It's fan behavior to put my likeness in AI and draw up images and shit for fun. It's fan behavior to draw images making fun of me.
Fan behavior?
It's fan behavior, spending every single day of your life, spending hours and hours at a time reacting to my content, watching several reactors, all of that. And I will say that when I was a part of gorlworld and I was acting that way towards Amber, that was fucking fan behavior, and it was embarrassing.
I don't think that's fan. Since when does being a fan have like a negative connotation? Because that's what I'm getting here.
It was embarrassing as fuck. And I can sit here and say that. I can sit here and admit that, and you can't. And that's embarrassing for you, because it was embarrassing for me too. All right, guys.
I can do it, but you can't. Girl, get off the high horse, bitch. All I hear is like, listen, what's that? Never mind.
I think I'm ready to go lay down for a beat. Yeah, exactly. People get obsessed. It's dangerous. I enjoyed chatting with y'all. I know the vibes were kind of a little...
Really? Because it seemed like you didn't.
Up and down tonight. I do apologize for that. I appreciate hanging out with y'all. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, wherever you are. Stay true.
Girl. Whatever. What? Alright, obviously we're not gonna react to like the whole TikTok situation, because, well, we're already here. Actually, you know what? You know what, girlies? Let's go. Let's go. Alright. Now we're into Nikki T's. Also, it's gonna be hard to hear, so I'm gonna try and shut the fuck up.
Speaking of the Jessica trend, so I tried that trend on my friend's kids and it does not work. Probably because their mom's name is Jessica. Yeah.
Is Eel Streams in the live tonight?
She was earlier.
Yes, he was earlier.
The volume is low. It's just on Libby's computer.
Zio.
If you ever make love to a chocolate cake, I mean...
I know it's quiet. It's from Libby. In a sec. Hey, Allah. Yes, Libby's like, sorry. I've got it up as loud as I can go, but just listen. There's a comment here saying, if I ever make love to a chocolate cake, then play victim later. Oh my God.
If you make love to a chocolate cake, I would seek counseling.
You need to seek more than counseling. Psych ward, the fuck?
And a shower. This is an American Pie.
Oh, I was just going to say that. What is this, American Pie?
Subway.
Let's go back. I'm muting my mic. Ready?
Okay, I just need... Alright, so I don't know... Okay, so this, I believe, is Nikki T's chat. And I don't know... Okay, because she had said, let's go back to the boring stream, and we went back to Rosie's, like, channel. And then someone said something about, like, Rosie and Savannah, and she went, what? And now we're watching this. So, with that in mind...
I'm being fucking railroaded right now by everybody, by all sides.
Gay. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. He gives by.
And if it wasn't,
sorry, please continue. I don't mean to interrupt you.
If it wasn't for Shelby,
is that too loud for you guys? Let me know.
Audrey and Rissa, and like, you know, the last remaining like real people in my life right here, and like even Minxie coming back up and Shelby making peace there, and like, you know, this is terrible. Paradise was supposed to be something positive, and where has it gotten us? On a fucking murder mystery channel.
Where has it gotten us?
Okay, sorry. Now your turn.
No, you're fine, and I apologize. I'm not trying.
Okay, sorry. Now you turn.
You gave me that's my time to speak, so I'm not trying to be
Damn
rude. So, the first thing I want to say out the gate, because it seems to me it's pretty clear that you haven't seen anything that's come directly from me and my content, because I don't involve myself with the LCU. I think that shit's disgusting. I will never
Didn't stop you from buddying up to Foxy.
involve myself in the LCU, and I'm frustrated that all of this is even involved in that universe, because that's grimy garbage content. I called it moldy hot dog water, to be specific. I don't want to be involved in it at all. But I want to state that this entire time through this process, the timing of Shay's passing is horrible. Regardless of my opinion of you or any person involved, anyone who knew Shay is a human being and deserves grace and time to mourn. And
see, this to me looks like a little manic.
This is a layer of complexity that is deeply upsetting. And I had no relationship with Shay. I never interacted with her. I barely even knew about her or of her. So I won't speak on her as a person, and I haven't this entire time. And I will never want to disrespect that. And regardless of my opinion of you, which I have many, I'm the kind of person where if I say something behind your back, I'll say it to your face, right? I'm not going to sit here
She sure will.
and pretend that, like,
And she'll go, just to keep it 100.
You're someone I would want to be friends with. But I will sit here and say that you're a human being, and that was someone that was close to you. And you have your right to your grief. At the same time, in that grief, I think there's room for grace. However, I find it interesting that that was your first response to when you were acting out in your wrongdoing towards the situation, toward me specifically. Because yes, you are grieving, and there is a layer there where I find understanding, and I don't ever want to discredit that. But I do want to point out that that was your first response, instead of just holding the accountability for your actions. That I do have in screen recording that the words you did say when you did not have the information.
Like, which part are you talking
When you were
about?
calling me a bitch, when you were talking about in the last live, when this live was very different, but the last live when I joined in and someone saw my name and I was dogpiled on for almost 30 minutes, and you said specifically to me that you watched my prior corn content related to feederism.
I didn't watch it. Somebody sent me a clip.
That's so annoying. I didn't watch it. Somebody sent me a clip. Okay, so you watched it.
Because I had no idea who you are. Like, the
Okay,
whole time.
then I may have misconstrued that clip then. Okay. All right, fair enough.
Rosie, what the fuck?
You might have
No,
said
I mean,
it.
and it's
I know
completely-
English isn't your first language, so okay.
It's
Then
completely
I may have
fine.
misunderstood that, but that was a very upsetting situation for me.
What a clock. She said, well, I know English isn't your first language. Rosie, he speaks better English than you. Like, he's been taking that shit since he was in, like, kindergarten.
And that is something that is thrown in my face constantly as someone who, again, you may not know my story, but I'm an ex-feedie. I left feederism in a very big way.
Jesus Christ.
I have a podcast interview that I did on the We're All Insane podcast where I bore my fucking soul on everything I've been through. And
Shameless self-plug. Also, you guys, I'm not trying to be that girl, but I watched over half of it. I think I watched about 75%. And, like, I still didn't get to the part where I felt like grooming was enticing. Like, not like the grooming will entice. Like, it wasn't coming. I think she was intimidated into it, but that's not grooming. That's like...
gorlworld has relentlessly tried to discredit me and make me out to a liar and like my trauma isn't real, when it very much is.
I heard about that. Like, and then again, it's just gossip. It's just hearsay.
Right.
I never went for any receipts or whatever. Those YouTube channels are relentless about you, girl. Like,
I know.
why? Like, I mean, this is an honest question.
Yes.
Like, why are you still on social media? With
The LOLZOs is watching and laughing is wild.
Because I'm not going to let them drive me off. Because I'm not going to let them.
It's a
I'm not
pride
going
issue.
to let them. A pride issue? I don't agree with that.
No, that's what I mean.
Okay, wait, Stefan, let me ask you the same question.
Yeah,
You have a lot
I'll
of
tell
faith.
you. I'll tell you. For me, it's a pride issue. I will not let fucking Piggy Stardust run me off of the internet with a fucking SA for Entertainment campaign. I'm not. Like, if I quit, if I hang the towel on this, I'm going to hang the towel because I want to, not because some crazy made me.
While I can agree with the not wanting to hang the towel part of your statement, I deeply disagree that Kimmy is doing SA for entertainment. Like I
She said it
personally
herself.
deeply-
She said it herself. She posted it herself when she got busted. Do you want me to show you the screenshot? She posted that SA is entertainment.
Fucking post it.
I have to go, guys. I'm on 1%. I'll message you.
Okay.
shortly.
Team 1%.
unless I see that, I don't believe that. That's
I'll show you. I don't have a problem. Like, listen, Rosie, everything I say
Listen, Rosie.
is usually me defending myself, and everything I say, I have receipts for. I'm never going to talk shit about you unless I have receipts. I mean, the only shit I talked about you was literally just like, a little back and forth, like bantering and bullying each other, right? Because it's okay. Like,
A little back and forth, like bantering, like bullying each other. You might know English, but you don't know English.
I really want you to know, I'm also completely fine if you absolutely hate me, if you don't like me, whatever. This right here, us two on the screen in front of 500 people having a decent, normal, calm and collected discussion. No screaming, no names, no bullshit, taking turns talking. That's what's called like just common human decency, you know? You can hate me.
I don't entertain that shit. When I was younger, I was a lot more explosive and all of that. But in my current state of life, I'm not doing this. So I just think it's.
She seems unhinged. Like she seemed a little wild. I'm not gonna lie.
I was willing to come up because I feel like when I said what I said in the chat in the beginning, it seemed to click for you. At least because I'm speaking about me and my involvement. I believe victims. Period. And I'm someone who I watched all of that go down in 2021 as things were happening, and I'm someone who aligns myself with the other side. And I'm not going to sit here and like, I guess for lack of a better term, like placate you, right?
So, you don't have to, but will you at least listen and believe me that like, okay, it's completely correct, it's completely acceptable that you believe victims, but do you still believe victims when I can show you proof that some of these victims were recruited? Some of these victims called me, and I have recorded phone calls of them coming to me and saying, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was an asshole. Piggy convinced me to make a video about you." Would that change your mind at all?
I'm not speaking on that without further information. I'm not going to be trapped into agreeing.
No.
Rosie, but he's literally telling you that he has proof of what's going on, and he's willing to send it to you, so you don't have to speak on it.
If you send me the proof or whatever, I will
look at it. I don't want
quirkyloverosie@gmail.com.
to switch sides. You are very valid. Your opinion is completely valid. You are just as much as an outsider in my story as I am an outsider in your story.
I think that's a fair statement.
Yes.
In the sense that we don't have a real life.
She is being like aggressive, like a little bit aggressive
Connection. But
Right.
I will say I've consumed more content about your behavior over the years than you have for me.
That is
So I
correct.
feel like you have more of an opinion as a viewer, whether you're on Stefan's side or the side of Kimmy and everyone else. I just think that this is a situation where I firmly stand in the fact that I do not like a lot of your direct behavior I've seen with my own eyeballs, where there's been many situations where I feel like you do not hold yourself accountable.
What situations? Name them. Dates, times, receipts, timelines, screenshots.
You deflect, you also do purpose. I mean, you did it to me. I watched you misinterpret the messages right directly in front of your face on multiple occasions.
The messages from you to me?
Yes.
Okay.
When you were saying things that were not true with the screenshots right in your front face, I don't fuck with that. I don't like that.
But then again,
that is deceptive, Stefan.
Rosie, you told me there was a message where you said you want to come here. And it's not
So
this.
what happened, from my very vague memory, is I found you organically on TikTok prior to anything blowing up regarding you.
What do you mean what happened? We've seen those messages. You posted them.
I found you and I was like, I saw the videos and I saw what was happening and I was like, oh, if I ever go to Vegas, that would be so cool. At the time, I was actively in feederism, but you made a lot of disgusting comments as well about how like, oh, I probably was just in your Discord because I was looking for feedy stuff and it wasn't there. Like that's just gross.
Rosie,
That's a gross thing to say, Stefan.
I'm curious. Can I ask you a question, hon?
Yes.
What's
I don't know.
What's your goal outcome in this whole entire situation?
My goal outcome?
Yeah, like
Wait for it. Because this was as far as I got before I was like, let me start filming. And then I accidentally started her other stream. And then I got that point.
what is your purpose involvement in this whole situation?
That's a very valid question, yeah.
I think that is a good question, but I feel like that falls under stuff that I would want to discuss revolving NDAs, as well as the fact of having.
You don't. Diana from America's Next Top Model season 8 or 9, I don't remember. You just looked Jay Manuel in the face and said, just cuz. When he asked you why you wanted to be America's Next Top Model. That is what you just did. You who have all this smoke, you are up here just bucking. You are just chomping at just. And someone said, what's your goal here? You don't even have a fucking answer. Piggy Stardust said bars.
I said in the beginning of this.
Not necessarily, because you're giving a lot of output. Go ahead. What?
Thank you. I have to finish my answer. What I was saying was, I do not.
So Amberlynn coded. Will you let me finish?
Want to speak on my involvement in the docuseries until it is out, and I made
I'm
that.
not talking about the docuseries, honey. I'm talking about the situation with Stefan you were just speaking of. What is your goal outcome of your involvement with the situation right here at hand?
Oh, like with this conversation?
No, with everything. With everything, not the docuseries. We don't have to talk about that. I understand the NDA. I'm talking about the whole involvement in your situation of what's going on that you're bringing up within this whole conversation the last, 7 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, that is a good question. I'd like a second to think.
I've just been curious.
Because you don't have an answer.
Curious this whole time. I'm also a follower. I know I've been watching Paradise since 2020, and I get your side of what like you're saying, but I don't understand the reasoning. I don't understand your reasoning and what your goal outcome is of all this.
Can I say something really quick?
No.
Sarah, thank you for coming up. I can answer that question really quick for myself. My goal, my outcome
He said, I'll stunt on you real quick.
is I want to allow people to see my side of the story because I'm being accused, allegations, exaggerations, all this kind of shit. I'm being pushed in the corner, you know.
Right.
I'm defending myself. I am here to defend myself on bus, on LC. Believe me, LCU, like we can have a whole discussion about LCU, right? They invited me on the show. I did it. I don't have any regrets. They treated me with respect. I got a chance to speak. I didn't get a chance to show any evidence, but my goal is for people to understand that I'm being railroaded by a political campaign more than anything else, and I'm more than willing to take accountability where it's due, and I have on stream. Yep. And so basically, when I'm approached properly, like, you know, I'm very much willing to always, even this whole situation right now, Rosie coming in, I said, Rosie, come up, like let's have a civil discussion, right? I cannot say this loud enough. SA is never entertainment. And making something into SA that wasn't really any, and then adding all this extra bullshit on top of it to make me look like a fucking criminal is not okay. Like,
exactly.
I stand against that. If somebody comes to me and I ever did something, and I ever made somebody uncomfortable, you know, if I did something or said something or whatever the fuck it may be, that I did something where I crossed the line or like I broke somebody's boundary, I always tell people, please come to me. Like, I don't bite. I don't attack. Like, if you tell me something that I did, like, I will get the cat back out of the tree. I'm going to make sure that like we leave after the discussion, after my apologies, we leave the table, if not friends, at least.
Very true. If she didn't want attention, she wouldn't be on a BBW Paradise TikTok panel right now.
We're going to leave the table as like the beef is squashed and we're good. And
that's exactly what adults should do.
Ooh! Ooh! QLR failing to stand on business as per.
There's a lot of high school type childish drama when we're all supposed to be women, proud women, not dogging other women. You know, there's just so much. It's ridiculous to me as a woman to see this kind of crap going on. And that's within the women alone. I'm just talking about like basically the women.
Oh, I really wish I could see. If anyone has, I want to see Zio just cackling.
Scenario situation right here. You know, it's sad because women are supposed to hype other women up, and I see a lot of women dragging women down in all aspects, and it's sad.
Now,
it really is.
Beef and its SA is fucking gross.
I'm curious because it really is a valid question. Like, Rosie, what would you like? What would you like to happen? I'm obviously promising you right here, right now, we can have peace. Like, I'll stop talking about you. I won't post about you anymore. I'm not going to bully you, drag you, anything. If people come in my chat and they talk shit about you, I'm going to shut it down. Because at the end of the day, I'm a pretty peaceful guy. And, you know, that...
I think I want to state, to kind of answer the question, I think the reason I kind of impulsively decided to do this was because, one, when I said what I said, I kind of saw it click in your head. So I was like, okay, maybe an actual conversation can be had.
What the fuck?
And then secondly was when you were talking, oh shit, just out of my head. God damn it.
Raven's going 180, I know.
Yeah, no, this is just a lot of pressure because I also know how this is just gonna fucking blow up for me tomorrow. In my life, but whatever. No. I just think that
well, girl, you made your choice. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
I really want, God damn it, I had something really important to say. God damn it.
Why would it blow up for you? You're being very reasonable.
Oh, no, like this is being sugar-coated. Like, I'm talking about gorlworld. I'm just saying, like, this is something that is going to get twisted, whatever, because that's why I'm making it very clear. Like, I'm not here to, like, make amends with you or, like, be friends with you. But at the end of the day, like, I am someone who is able to have peaceful conversations. I felt like I wanted, in a way, to, like, explain myself as well. And, like the reason, that's what I was going to say is, like,
already blaming her impulsivity. Also, big titty pretty bitch. Honestly, that's gonna be my vocal stem for the day. Hi, Wink!
When I did impulsively decide to come up here was because I felt like I wanted to defend myself as well. And it's something that I'm not like... I've been taking so much shit because I'm one of the few people that's choosing to not, like, pick huge fights and, like, start crazy drama and, like...
What? What the fuck? What are you talking about? What the fuck?
Like, get into, like, huge blowouts and sensationalize shit because none of us have seen it. And, like, there's so much speculation and people talking about how I'm inserting in myself, and when it's like, you have no idea how I was involved in this project and how early involved I was in it. No one knows that information. So
I know, but like you also have to admit, you have to agree the whole world sees this trailer and they see you in the middle of a big ass controversy about like some really, really dark and criminal topics, and so they have questions.
Absolutely. You know what? And that's why I've been taking it on the chin. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm
Rosie, stop saying that like that. It's weird.
waiting. And that's why I'm
Yeah.
choosing my involvement in that way, because that's why, like, when Risa was like saying stuff about me, when other women around you were like kind of poking and prodding, I wasn't like, I'm not here to fight with y'all. I'm not here to get into beef with other women. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not. Like, I've done that, even somewhat in recent history, but that's in like other spaces and other shit with like Amber and whatever. Like, I absolutely have a past in that, but that's not who I am now or who I'm trying to move forward in being. And so ultimately, at the end of the day, it's just like, I guess to answer your question, Star.
Okay, I guess it's a boxing reference. It's not the reference that I thought it was.
I also not only wanted to defend myself, but I wanted an opportunity to just be like, I make it very clear.
Oh, she wanted an opportunity. Now look at me and this opportunity. Once there was a way.
That I'm not here to talk about the docuseries. I'm not here to do all of that. But there are other parts of this scenario that I feel like can be discussed.
Such as?
So, Rosie.
Y'all remember that y'all remember that Miss America meme pageant question answer? When they asked that, what was that in, like 2009?
Do you think that I am like force feeding people or stuff here?
Post feeding? What?
Yeah, what's your outlook on Stefan?
Like, be honest.
Pot stirring.
It's no filter. Like, you bring it. What, like?
I think you're not honest about a proclivity for feederism. I don't know. I'm not saying you're putting people in
It's proclivity.
your basement against their will and tying them up and force feeding them. I don't know the specifics, but I think you're not being honest about your involvement in feederism. That's my opinion.
What the fuck does that matter? That's not the point. That's not the point. The dialogue is whether or not he was abusing them.
Do you believe that because of certain...
Imagine there being accusations of rain and petals, and you're pressed about whether or not his fetish is his fetish.
People and certain narratives, feederism has gotten like a fucking terrible side negative connotation on the internet because people are making it look bad when in reality there is so much worse. Like all this death feederism, all that kind of shit that's happening on Phoebe.
It's disgusting.
And at Paradise, we have family dinners. So it's like...
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really want to fully dive into that because for me, feederism is
You brought it up, girl. You're the reason we're talking about it.
It's a big deal. And you haven't seen my We're All Inside podcast interview where I talk about my experiences there, and you don't know my story.
Really, girly? Because I watched 75% of it, and I still don't. We still haven't really discussed the feederism. So, like, and the thing is like, we mostly just talk about all your trauma, but not that. And that's fine. I believe you had all that trauma. I believe that it happened. But, like, still not really a dialogue about, like, the feederism of it all. Second of all, I don't understand what, like, I'm so sick of talking about fucking feeding and feederism and this, that. It's, like, not that deep of a fetish. The worst part of it is literally the death feeders. Like, we've already identified the problem. The fetish itself, whatever. Cool. Sex with food, got it. Next. Like, it's not that deep. Like, when is it deep? When they want them to... Like, girl, if some man wants to feed me a something and that gets him going, fine. If he wanted to feed me so much that that's going to be a no from me, dog.
And I don't want to trauma dump, and I don't want to go there right now.
Really, girl? Because I think you're doing everything you can to bring it up.
No, okay, you don't have to. I saw a little bit about it. You were in an abusive relationship, right? You can say that.
I'm not going into my trauma with you, Stefan. I don't find this to be a safe space for that.
But you put
Girl, you brought this up.
it out there on a podcast.
Correct.
Right, you can't put stuff on the internet and not expect people to ask questions.
Why can't we talk
You
about
can
it?
ask the questions, but I don't have to answer them.
No, that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay. You don't have to answer them, but that makes you look away.
Valid.
You were never
Hold on.
fucking
Really quick.
told.
Really quick.
I just have something to say. I don't know if you know me, but my name's Audrey.
Hi, Audrey.
I can't see her, but like I just hope like in the documentary, like because I think I've seen you also on like I was on the Whatever podcast and I saw you on there, and I think your feelings for feederism and like not liking that stuff is valid. Like if you had like I gained my weight from being in a feeder relationship where like he thought I was too cute as a skinnier girl to be with him, and like he was very insecure. Like he openly told me that he was like bringing in food and stuff to make me gain weight so that I wouldn't leave him. You know what I mean? Like and I was so in love with him I wouldn't leave. So like therefore I have like my own feelings. Like I'm not.
I don't know that that's feederism either.
Pro being a feeder, like, but I also don't judge people for doing that. Like, would never like look down on someone for wanting that to be their life. Like, it's the same thing as like if someone drinks or does like things or like does like you know what I mean. Like, everyone has their thing, right?
It's their business, exactly.
And it's their business. But I also think like I just hope for the documentary. I hope that like you don't say anything about him in the way like because you never met him, you don't know him, you don't know anything about him. Like it wouldn't be valid. Your words wouldn't be valid. But I will validate your words if it comes to like the feeder community because you have an experience in that, and I think that's valid. So just like obviously, I don't think anyone can say anything about your input until it's out. What I can say is like I've seen his behaviors and I know that's not his thing. Like okay, like you have a significant other right now currently, right?
Yeah.
So you're a big woman. Don't you think like obviously the people we date, they're going to have some type of fetish, but also like love us. Think we can have love, right? Like that's normal. But they for our size, they have to be into big women to be dating us. You know what I mean? Like it's not that.
Yeah, obviously, yes, you have to be in a big woman to date them.
There's obviously a context, like, of course, like, he's gonna like seeing you eat and stuff like that. Doesn't make your boyfriend a bad person or like doesn't make him a bad person to like certain things, but I think it's like forcing someone to do something like that. That's not okay. Like, or like always talking about it in a way, like always putting it in their head as an idea. Like, it's all like what she would want to do. Like, he's not like constantly saying, hey, you should eat this. Hey, let's go here. Let's go to McDonald's. He wants to eat home every day. She's the one who wants to go out sometimes. Like, I'm a huge fast food person. I eat fast food all the time. And I know that's bad. That's my doing. He has nothing to do with it. Like, he would eat at home every day if he could.
What you know what
I mean? Audrey, the first thing I want to respond is that
no one can answer any of these fucking questions. No one can weigh in on any of these fucking issues without only talking about their own life. Like that, and I feel like it's a conversation that doesn't require your fucking trauma or your backstory. It's not about you. If you want to contribute to the dialogue, guess what? You don't get to contribute to the dialogue by like presenting a resume and then inadvertently making it about you. Yeah. The allegations are that he rain and pedals people. Hello? Where is that? Why are we so fucking concerned about the feeding? Why is that the thing that we're locked into? Feederism's not illegal, by the way. Like, rain and pedals, illegal. Problem.
I just want to make very clear. I disagree that every man with a proclivity for fat women has a fat fetish. I don't agree with that correlation at all. I think you can have an attraction.
Fat fetish, like fat.
Because that's the word you use. So I just wanted to like.
No, I'm saying like, well, fat fetish. I guess in the way like, yeah, because I've dated people that like they like all women, right? Like
or like they have a type, an attraction. Like they would only date big women, but they have no interest in like fetishizing fatness or fetishizing feederism or.
But that doesn't mean that they aren't. You can be fetishizing something and not really know that it's a fetish, right? Like, no one's... It's probably not a normal question to be like, oh, I like blank. Like, I've never sat and asked myself, do I have a beard fetish? Because I don't. I just like them, right? Like, it's not a question you ask yourself. Now, could that answer very well be different? Yeah, it could have. But a fetish, as far as I understand the definition, means that it's required for sexual gratification. Like, you cannot get off without it.
Fetishizing eating, like they don't care about that. They are just attracted to bigger women. I mean, I think it is obvious anyone that I would be dating in my current size has a attraction to bigger women. Like that's an obvious like fact statement that.
That's why I might have said the fetish part of the. I'm talking about the food part because like I think if you, that's what I'm saying. I was trying to correlate the two differences of like you can date someone who's like that and date someone who's like more into the fetish part, right? Like you can date someone who's into all women and they're into feet, right? But they're also into women like big women with fat feet. Like they can be into whatever they want. Like you can have so many different aspects of what you're into, and I think people like. Don't look. Why aren't they looking at the girl for doing that to them? Okay, he always tells me to be quiet, but my ears are so bad. I have no, like I can't hear. I'm deaf.
Same girl.
The struggle with volume control.
So I literally can't hear them yelling, and it's bad. It's a bad thing. So is this okay?
Yeah,
Am I doing better? Like, because I cannot tell my volume at all. But yeah, I don't think he's wrong. Like, I think there's different like ways. Like, I was being like, you can be abused by being fed, and then there's people who like genuinely just want to do that in their life. And it's like, do I think it's the healthiest thing? No. Like, I've always been open about that. Like, you can't be 580 pounds and like live to a full life. Like, that's why you don't see like older people who are fat. Like, that's just like we just have to take what it is. Like, we don't make it to that to 80, you know what I mean? Like, and I've always been very open about how I feel about that, and knowing that like this is an addiction, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I hope that's like also what I cover a lot on the show too, is like, I didn't want people to think like, we're not promoting like live this life. If this is the life you want to live, we're not going to change your life. Like it's not our business to tell someone how to live, you know what I mean? But if you should also love yourself and live your life to the fullest, no matter what you look like, what you're going through, if you're like, you know what I mean? Any of those things. So I don't know. I think people take like a good message and turn it into like, you don't care about fat people and this. And it's like, no, like he can't fix every fat person. It's not his job to.
And so when it comes to Stefan specifically, what I want to say is I feel like I have a right to speak on my opinion as a viewer, and not necessarily like to him.
Hold please. I thought you weren't a viewer. What's going on? What's that about?
As like a person that I know in real life, and I felt like that way the entire time. I want to state that. And then I also want to state that I think when it comes to feederism, I have had an ever-evolving, very complicated experience and opinion with it, even from the time of my interview, I would say. And I will say that I think it's just a very important topic, and that with places like Phoebe that don't moderate and completely enable death feederism to be normalized because they're anti-kink shaming when it's deplorable, it's disgusting, it's dangerous, it's evil, and it frankly should be illegal, that's like allowed to be a haven for that, is something that...
The thing is like, it is illegal. You would just have to legally prove it.
On a community-wide...
And then it's not... The crime isn't death feeding. The crime is unaliving.
Basis needs to be talked about more, and it's something that needs to be... there needs to not be...
She's also pivoting, by the way.
Spaces for it to be normalized, and as well as a lot of other aspects of feederism that, when you get down to the nitty-gritty, get controversial and get very like... you know, between different people, like having such varying insights and opinions. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it's a very nuanced conversation, which is something really difficult to do online in general. And my goal with those conversations is that if there's any young women who just don't...
She was banned for doxing! Girl!
Fully understand their own relationship with their own food addiction, or they don't understand how
and now we're crying.
Sorry. How your trauma can play in with kinks.
I can't handle her. Her face is killing me. Her facial expressions are frying me.
And all of these things.
We talk very openly here about food addiction.
And that, yeah, but my stance...
We talk very openly here about food addiction.
My involvement in this is that I want my story, which I've already been told, has helped people escape abusive relationships these past couple years, and all of these things. That is something that I have like passion for, and something that I want to be. It's something I find important in this conversation.
Hi, Rita.
Yeah.
Hi, Rita.
I agree.
Hi. And the first thing I want to say is I have never met you, Rosie, but I wish I could give you a hug right now because I felt that. I really did.
I actually know of you because I was a part of Bash communities in Georgia. I know of you, but I don't know you.
Okay, like Atlanta.
And with your response, your reputation is very good.
I can hear the saxophone right now. The saxophones are getting louder.
And that allows it's the first thing you say out of your mouth. So
okay,
hi.
Thank you. Yeah, no, Atlanta has always been one of my favorite places. It's like going home, and good people, and I've always loved it there. And I don't mean to cut in on all of this stuff and whatever, but like I just kind of had this in the background playing games and whatever. And when you got on, I really wanted to pay attention because I don't know you. We haven't met or whatever, and we both signed the same NDAs.
DNA.
Sorry. But and I think that I picked up stuff from what you said that I don't think anybody's paying attention to. And I really wanted to address it because I think that your focus and your involvement in the documentary was to your personal heart. And that's exactly the same thing for me, because I love the size acceptance community. I've been a voice for this community for 20 years. My life changed because I found it. And I have been living my life out loud for the last 20 years to show other people that, you know what, I'm a fat girl, but I'm not going to let my stuff stop. I'm going to live my life, and I'm going to make sure
Ooh, I like her chain.
That the people around me respect me like I respect them, or they don't have a place in my life. And I show that to people so that they can do the same. You surround yourself with the right people. You live your life. You don't let the haters stop you, all that stuff. So that's a big thing to me. And one of the things that there's a lot of talk about, all of us girls that have been in it and everything else, but all of this drama that has come about it on top of losing our friend, right on top of that.
Sorry.
And I heard what you said earlier, and I really applauded that. That was beautifully stated. And heartfelt.
Death is so much bigger than this shit.
100%. 100%.
Period.
Little virtue signaling for the conversation that you've just been going back and forth about, but okay.
But we went into this show with the belief that it was to showcase that we are human beings that deserve to have the same abilities and rights to live our lives as everybody else, and to show the world that like there's no reason to hate us. We're the same freaking people, just different sized, you know, like, and why stop a girl to go and enjoy her life just because they're not
But Rosie contributes to all the shit said about my boy Schnitzel.
physically appealing to you, and that was the goal, to share
Leave my boy Schnitzel alone.
that and help more women live their better lives without judgment. And then now it's this big controversy and it's all this other stuff, and it's like it's completely off the rails. So yeah, it's thrown us completely, because like
Schnitzel in paradise.
you know, now what is coming out, we don't even freaking know. Like, will our words be stated the way that they're meant? I mean, everybody that
No, probably not.
knows me knows if it came out my mouth, I meant it. I will stand behind it. But like, are they going to use it in a different context? Like, it's so scary. And one of the biggest things for me, and I'm sorry, I won't go too much longer, but one of the biggest things for me was your involvement in it, because you've never been to the house. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they're just completely, you know, doing this. But you've just given me the bigger picture. They're not looking at just one thing. And I am now less worried about them portraying us all in a different format. I am who I am, whether I'm on camera or off camera.
Yes,
Every single thing I said or did that I've been involved in, anything that I've put out online or whatever, I believe in it. That's who I am. Mm-hmm. So if people don't see who I am from that, I can't help that, you know, and hopefully everybody will actually sit down on the 10th, watch the whole thing from start to finish.
Is he wearing a shirt that says brains are awesome?
And just set all.
Yep. Is he a fucking toddler? What?
Prejudice aside, and just listen and watch and see and hopefully learn, you know, something that will benefit them, you know, or benefit other people in their lives that they've taken advantage of or you know, spoke out at or was not kind to, you know. That's my hope. So I appreciate that you got on here. I have so much respect for you doing this. And you know, I
really like her. I also really like the sound of her voice. Like, it's very like mom coded. It just makes me want to like give her a hug.
Maybe someday we will be in the same space, and you know, with consent, I'll snag a hug. I'll let you guys get back to talking, but I needed to be able to speak to you and tell you this. So
I appreciate that, Rita. Yeah, I don't know your exact involvement with Paradise either or anything. I know your name because I was once a part of briefly Bash communities. I didn't have a great experience, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I can give you a brief. I met Stefan maybe
not Zio dancing on her lively express your feelings.
15-ish years ago at a bash. I think he bumper card his wife into me in the pool because that was his thing. You know, we became friends. My husband and I went to Vegas a lot. We would go out with him and his wife. And, you know, as the years grew, we just became friends. And, you know, one day when he had a big old empty house, he's like, hey, Rita, next time you come to Vegas, you want to throw a party at my place? Because he knows I know everybody. And, you know, let's be realistic. He likes the fluffy girls. And, you know, that's kind of my crowd. So, you know, that kind of grew. And then flash forward to 2020, he saved my life, and I'll be loyal to him until I die. You know, but I do know who he is, and I do know his intent, and I know the type of human he is. And I love him, and I believe in him. You know, does he say the right thing all the time? No. You know, have we had to have words together? Yes. You know.
Oh, all right, headbanger, simmer down.
I do know his intent, and I believe in him. You know, and I say this as a survivor of anything you could possibly imagine. Okay, so I do see the evil. I've seen a lot of evil people in my life, and Stefan is not one of them. So, but that's my personal relationship with him over like 15 odd years. So,
I mean, I appreciate your insight. Thank you. I did follow you if you want to talk further in the future.
Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah.
Rosie, just follow her yourself.
I just want to say one thing. It's kind of.
If she wants to talk more, she'll follow you back. You don't need to announce it on live stream. Don't put her in that position. What if she don't want to talk to you?
Unrelated to what you were saying, Rita, but I really appreciate you sharing that. Thank you so much. Because I've been mostly avoiding the comments because obviously they're crazy right now. But there's someone spamming something that's saying that the documentary is becoming the Rosie show, and I really.
Rosie, I'm telling you right now, you keep coming on the internet and getting wild, and you watch. They gonna go back and they gonna sherry pie your shit right out of season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race. They gonna cut all your shit right out, and you gonna feel real hurt if that's the case, girl. Keep playing. I'm telling you, keep playing, and you gonna find out.
I want to reiterate something that I feel very strongly, and I've said many times. I feel like the people that are centering me and making it all about me are gorlworld. I have talked about it on my platforms because I am involved. I have kept a lot to myself because there's a lot that I could say and do to make this so much more about me that I'm purposefully withholding because it's not about me. This project is so much bigger than I think everyone involved. I think it is.
That feels weird. By the way, because you're saying essentially that it is about you, and you could showcase that. You're just choosing not to. Which is a little martyry, by the way.
A lot bigger than that. And that's my stance and opinion on it. And I do not think this is the Rosie Show. My channel's the Rosie Show on YouTube. That's where the Rosie Show is. I host it.
And that's the thing that is also worth noting, is that there is an element of like, you know, should she be allowed to go on her own channel and say like, and like have a moment of like expressing excitement for her involvement in that and being able to be a part of that? Yes, she's entitled to that. She deserves that. However, given the nature of the content, the events that happened prior to the release, things like that, it has to be done very carefully, and you have to say like, hey, I'm really excited about this, but like, let's not forget. And I think that largely, girly, you're not doing that.
It's mine. That's my platform. I am the dictator.
I think you overcorrected once you started seeing people saying that you were making it all about you. And then now you're like borderline white knighting.
I am the star. That's where I'm at. Everywhere else, it's that stuff case. And I think that people do that. I think that there is a huge campaign to discredit me and villainize me and twist my stories, twist my life, twist my trauma to make me into a villain. That
I don't think you're a villain. I just think you're tone deaf. Like, I just think you're like not grasping.
They are trying to replace Amberlynn for because of everything going on with her. So there's some things that have truth to them that are deeply distorted. There are some things that are true, and there's a lot more lies than everything else. And all I can ask is that when people are coming directly to my channel, coming to me, interacting with me.
Sorry. I just saw that. It made me laugh.
In spaces like this or in other places, that you give me a chance to show you who I am. That's it. That's all I ask for. But
and that's in essence kind of a little bit on the other side, the same with Stefan, right? Like a lot of people throw their opinions about people that are real popular, like, you know, like the bigger your number, the more people talk about you. I guess that's where they say you've actually hit it big when you've got a hard list of haters. But it's true. I always feel that like, and I don't know what you know about me and my bash content and whatever and stuff, but I still do that. I hosted other bashes. This is my last year of doing it, but I go and I host an event at other bashes and stuff. And one of the things is the speed meet and greet I do. And I feel that if you can sit in the presence of another person for 3 minutes and talk to them, you're going to figure out whether or not they're your kind of person or not. It's all it takes, 3 minutes, you know, and which is great at the beginning of a big event with 250 people. You get a chance to make some friends and, you know who you're going to go in the direction of at the party and whatever. But like on the same level, like you don't know somebody until you've actually sat and talked to them yourself. You can run with what everybody else's opinion is and just get on the bandwagon, but you might also miss out on a really cool person, you know? So I never judge a person by what other people say about them. Truthfully, I don't really hear a lot of that, you know, because most people come to me and like, why are you telling me this shit about a person? Why don't you tell me something good about them? You know, you're a little ray of fucking sunshine over here. But
the highlighted comment from Nikki's chat that just popped up was, "I promise you, no one cares."
Most times, if people are just coming to you to say shit about other people, it's because they're bored with their life or they're trying to cause shit, you know. And I tend to avoid those kind of people, you know. But people get to know you on their own and spend time with you. Will figure you out a lot better than what people online behind a keyboard will say, you know, every day of the week. You know, I've been in the house since before TikTok existed. You know, I'm the one that hosted the parties at the house because I used to host the bash, and I know so many people, and I can easily fill the house up with people.
TikTok was just Musically before it was TikTok. Just FYI.
You know, because everybody knows that, like, if you're coming to my party, you know, it's the same thing as me inviting you to my table. If you can be respectful to everybody at my table, you're welcome. If you're not respectful to everybody, get the fuck out.
Really quick.
Finger. Yeah.
Really quick. I just added somebody. Somebody requested.
Hi, hello. Thank you for letting me up.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I just had a couple questions. One for Rosie. I wanted to know what her goal was with joining this panel. No disrespect.
Girl, You've already been here.
I think I did. Did I not answer that one?
I must have missed it. If you could tell me.
Sorry, answered. Yeah, we talked a bit about that. If I misspeak from what I said prior, basically, initially, I kind of impulsively decided to come up because I said something in the chat to Stefan because he was kind of doing what he did when I joined. He was just kind of like, they were naming my quote.
I called her out. I said,
He called her out anytime he says they come in the chat, but I've just been lurking just to kind of observe. And they were doing what they do, which was like make fun of the quote in the trailer and all that. And I finally just said, the real question is, was I even talking about you? And it seemed like that finally got him to kind of understand the situation. And so I felt like there was an actual room for a productive conversation because I'm not planning to leave this conversation with like a different stance. Like that's kind of, and I've been very forward about that. I've been in this panel for a minute and I've been very direct and honest about how I feel because I'm not going to sit here and be and play nice in his face and then like act differently otherwise, right? But I'm able to be.
You're kind of playing nice in his face.
Respectful in these conversations, and I know. I mean, and Crisis, I think you're someone that's been in my chat before. I recognize your username. So when it comes to like the girl world aspect of this, like I understand that people are going to be saying that I'm here for clout, this, that, the third. If that was the case, I would have done this a week ago. When
yeah, but I'm not who you think I am.
Okay, all right, understood. But in general, then.
Why is she being so? Okay.
Thank you for clarifying that. But in general, people in that community.
She's fucking rude. That's so rude.
That stance. So
you're assuming I'm girl world.
No. I'm saying I thought you were the same person because honestly,
no, I am, but you don't know who I am.
No, I don't know who you are. You're just someone who's in my chat. Correct. Yeah. No. Correct. I apologize if I alluded otherwise.
No, trust me, you don't want to apologize to me. It's okay. And the reason why you're not on Phoebe, right, is because you were doxing people on there. Rain and her child.
That never happened. Oh.
Okay.
Phoebe is a whole toxic swan.
And I believe that you bully me all the time because you call me racist and you say that I'm homophobic. And I think it's because I'm Jewish. I think you hate the Jews.
Wait, do you guys know each other?
I'm not trolling.
No, this is a troll.
I'm not trolling. I'm being very genuine.
No, this is someone with a fake account that's been in my chat.
It's not a fake account. This is a real account. This is my main account.
Yeah, you just got done saying that you recognized her. So what do you mean it's a fake account?
Just because I don't put my face on it doesn't mean it's a fake account. So why are you automatically being rude to me again?
I'm going
to go ahead and drop off. I'm not.
No, don't.
But don't leave.
I'm not going.
It sounds like you guys just need to have an adult conversation somewhere else.
I'm actually.
Yeah.
Good. No, I'm good. That's not what this is about. This is about.
She refuses to have a conversation with me.
Because they're spreading lies.
I'm not spreading lies. That's how I feel.
I'm going to go ahead and hop off, Stefan. I'm not engaging in this. This is what Girl World wants.
I'm not. That's not what I'm doing.
Goodbye.
And that's
I mean, it probably was a troll. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. All right. That we're gonna stop there because I don't really like dropping feature-length films. Girl. Again, I think that the smartest thing that she could do is just stop fucking talking about that documentary and stop fucking talking about all that paradise. Just come on and talk about whatever dumb shit you always talk about while you cook all your shit and plan all your cooking shit and talk about Remy and how much you love Remy and just stop talking about it. Just stop talking about it. Every time you open your mouth, you you don't do well. Like, until you get some media training, some PR training, girl, just stop. Just stop. Because one of the things I also wanted to bring up, because she was when she talks about this, like, being on both sides of the coin, right? I don't think she realizes that, like, in a sense, she acts as though reaction channels don't face criticism ever, which is entirely not true. I can tell you wholeheartedly, like, I can name the times that I've been, like, criticized and, like, had to, like, address it, right? And especially when you are a smaller reaction channel, you can't just be like, oh, haha, I didn't see that! Like, you know, I can tell you the like large criticisms that continue to be made about larger reaction channels. You know, I can tell you which reaction channels don't even acknowledge it or won't even speak on it. You know, so she acts as though we don't have like a similar experience there, but we do, because we like are out here uploading shit, you know, and once you start uploading shit, people start watching you. People listen. I've had to like make like I've had to accept feedback for myself that like is more than just like me coming on the internet and running my mouth. Like I've had to like stop and be like, hey, actually, you're like kind of inappropriate sometimes. And like not everyone wants to like vibe with that. Like, you know, maybe it feels regular for you, but it might not feel regular to other people. And like that was like an adjustment that I had to make and like understand. And it like is something that now like rings in the back of my head when I'm like out in the world, where I go like, some people might not love that you like swear like a sailor and are like in love with every man that like walks past you. And not every thought that comes into your head needs to like leave your mouth, right? So like that argument is like lost on me. This like, I've lived on both sides of the coin. Girl, reaction channels have also lived on both sides of the coin. Okay? The audience is the same, and to think that Girl World viewers and audience just inherently blindly follow reaction channels is the furthest thing from true, because they don't. They 100% don't. They've got opinions about all of them, right? And there's things that all the reaction channels, there's people who watch me who don't watch who don't watch the A, B, and C. There's reaction channels that I watch and reaction channels I don't watch. There's reaction channels I used to watch that now I no longer watch. Like, it's very like, you know, it updates, it changes. You know, people grow, people change. I'm not the same person I went. Yeah, I'm not the same person I was when I started my channel. I don't even got the same setup. Gag. Wake it up. Like, so I don't know. She's crazy. We're just here to talk shit and have a hee hee and a ha ha, as Zachary Marie would say. That's what I have for you guys today. I'll see you guys next time. Duh. Cool, thanks, love you, bye.